Kelly will miss at least a month with a shoulder injury. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword cash at foxsports910.com. That's cash at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, look for mostly sunny skies out there. Temperatures in the low 80s today. We're also going to see some pretty breezy conditions on and off throughout the rest of the afternoon. Tonight, 60 degrees and clear. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by New Vision Auto Glass.
Tired of looking through a windshield with a crack or chip in it?
Get it replaced with New Vision Auto Glass. Qualifying customers can get up to $375 cash back and a free dinner and Rodizio grill.
NewVisionAutoglass.com.
480-210-9090.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900 and always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. on Fox Sports 910.
You made it to draft day 2024. Welcome in, Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Jax, and Chew with you for the next 3 hours. As many of you are going to be making plans to watch the draft this afternoon. It gets started at 5 o'clock, and a great place to watch it is at any of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Happy hour, everything going on. They'll have it on the screens, have the audio on. Hopefully it'll be the ESPN audio, not the NFL Network audio, because I think ESPN's maybe a few seconds ahead of the NFL Network sometimes. So
you've timed it before, right?
Yes, I have. So the Arizona Cardinals, of course, they are at number 4. They have 2 first-round picks, 4 and 27. They have 11 selections at this point at 1 o'clock overall. They have 6 selections in the top 90. Which is the most in the National Football League. So it should be a busy day. We're going to get into it quite a bit over the course of the next couple hours. Something a little bit different on this show. We don't talk much UFC, MMA, even if some of the younger guys on this show, like Jackson and Shu, are big fans. You know, dude, they didn't even have MMA when you were calling games.
I did one of the original MMAs in Birmingham, Alabama, and you can watch it online.
Was it in like a dive bar?
Yeah, well, it wasn't in a dive bar, but it was close. I did Gracie versus Tekartov in about 1994-ish. Right in.
Was
there.
That around 94, 95?
Yes,
They start that early?
Yes, they did.
Was it Pride or was it UFC?
No, UFC didn't exist.
So you did call it a UFC.
It was MMA. That's what it was. I didn't say it was UFC.
It wasn't like wrestling with women and mud or something like that.
Well, I would have loved to have called mud wrestling.
They started that 94, 95?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, you can find it online.
I mean, was this in a back alley somewhere with a big circular padding?
In a small arena.
Because I can't remember, I guess by the time we came on there in 2004, it was at the point where you had like one big one every 3 months.
Yeah.
And then as we kind of matriculated over the years, like 2000, they had like 25 a year. So it lost some of that, the big guy, the big fight, like boxing was.
Sure.
Okay, like that heavyweight or that lightweight or whatever, but it just kept on and on and on because I think we even had a couple segments that we had. Matter of fact, Tommy Knight. Remember Tommy Knight, the former first rounder? He was
Iowa?
Big into it. Yeah, we'd have Tommy on, and we'd have him for Monday Night Football. And then he was a big UFC guy. He was like, we're like, wow, Tommy Knight, the former Iowa first round pick for the Cardinals, and it was interesting. But then all of a sudden, it was 12 fights a week.
Rock's
what the hell?
He's had it up.
The first documented use of the term mixed martial arts, MMA, was UFC 1 in 1993. So what you just said, Jimmy, you were wrong. You have not called an MMA fight.
I have. It was an MMA fight. Look it up.
You were doing it in the 70s.
No, I didn't say that.
93.
I
said 93,
94.
He was accurate.
It's Gracie.
I'm not going to look it up.
Okay.
I don't really care.
It's Gracie versus Takartov, and Gracie knocks him out in the first round, and Takartov threw him down on the ground, and Gracie kicked him in the face and knocked him out.
Jimmy, move on.
Okay.
So my whole point of bringing this up, Rampage Jackson is going to be here at Tempe Twin Peaks at 3 o'clock. He's going to be with us for an hour. We're going to talk to him about Sphere of Flying.
Really?
Wow.
Did you ever watch the A-Team?
I have.
Yeah.
See, Jackson knows what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. I bet Shu knows what I'm talking about, too. It's the biggest part of the movie. Anyway, we'll talk to him about that. The big fight, if it's legit, with Shannon Biggs in June. We'll talk about Tyson and Paul and the United Fight League, which is getting underway with another fight on Saturday at Gila River. So we'll have some tickets to give away. It should be a lot of fun, but that is coming at 3 o'clock. So we won't have a draft show, which I'm I mean, seriously, you've had 3 months to talk about this draft. And we'll give our predictions. We're going to have a 6-pack of mock drafts, or what we think is going to happen. But it's pretty much could be all chalk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I've seen several mock drafts out there that have manipulated. It seems as though the Vikings and Broncos seem to be the ones with the moves. Giants as well.
Raiders as well.
Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, guys, it's a crapshoot. I mean, I think the bottom line is, does that individual meet your needs of what you need at this time? Does that individual meet your system? How does that individual fit? I mean, they've vetted these guys, 95 different ways to tomorrow, right? So they're at that point, well, if we go here and go there, and some of the mock boards that some of these teams have talked about, well, we got our A board, our B board, and our C board. They pretty much have an idea what they want. If somebody picks something or a deal isn't worked out, I don't know how many deals will be worked out as far as trading up or trading down. But I'm like you, Rock. I'm pretty much chalk as far as the order is concerned. Now I might manipulate a quarterback, a receiver, or lineman, or something like that, but that's about it.
Yeah, it'd be nice if there's going to be a lot of moves today, because that makes it fun.
Yeah, it does.
Especially if you're a fan of those teams that we mentioned that are wheeling and dealing, and you get excited about that. I thought it was great when you look at some of the newspapers, like in New York, because they're talking about a quarterback. Obviously, they need one there. And the New York Post, it says, QB or not QB, Giants draft comes down to finding Jones' successor or getting an elite receiver. And then the Daily News has, Mayday, Mayday. Giants send signals that they'll try to get a quarterback in tonight's draft, and the Carolina Star could be there to save them.
Wow.
It just depends.
I love that. I wish we had a paper like that.
It depends on how healthy they feel Daniel Jones is in his recovery, and is he meeting all the standards? Is he growing as a quarterback? And if they draft the guy, do they want to start over? But I think for them, it's go get a top-notch receiver. Go add to that arsenal. Go add to give Daniel Jones some weapons. That guy's been getting hammered the last couple of years. Get an offensive lineman, get a receiver, get an offensive lineman. You lost Barkley. You're going to need some kind of running back, but I'd say get some offensive line, get a receiver, maybe a little lower, get another running back, but you need some defensive help. The Giants just need to support Daniel Jones. I think he'll be fine.
I'm with you on that 100%. Look, when they made that run into the playoffs, he played really, really well. And you're right, Manuch. They just got to get him
some weapons
upright. They have to keep him upright. If they can do that, I think he's going to be fine.
In reference to that being upright, I think the other thing with that is too is you look at some of the other teams, Minnesota, you look at what quarterback they want, and Denver. So the thing I've looked at the last few days is the quarterbacks for either Denver or Minnesota seem to be either J.J. McCarthy or Bo Nix. You're one of those two.
Yeah.
I just think that they're both solid quarterbacks. I think the top three, I got McCarthy going a little higher because I think when you look at systems, you look at the weather, you look at the conference he came from. You look at all the things he's done, taking a team, won a national title. They just missed out the year before. I think that adds, guys, a lot to what these guys are looking for when they bring a kid in as your top-notch quarterback.
The Raiders seem to be enamored with Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington.
That seems to be the scuttlebutt,
yeah,
Penix from that. But yeah, they need a quarterback. So at some point, Where does that particular quarterback really most enamored about that quarterback? What do they feel is his best strength that will help us as our team? Now, they might be better quarterbacks per se, but how does that team help us with what we want to do and where we want to go?
Our State 48 Roofing, it's your call question of the day. Do the Cardinals keep the number 4 pick and take Marvin Harrison Jr., or they trade it out for more picks? Your choices are keep, take Marvin Harrison, or trade, get more picks. So you can vote on our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch. Some other headlines today: the Arizona Diamondbacks, they dropped their rubber match yesterday with the St. Louis Cardinals. They will begin a series in Seattle tomorrow with Zach Gallen on the mound. They are currently 12-14 on the season. We found out today that Jaden Rashada has committed to Georgia. That was the biggest secret ever. So he is going to be joining the Bulldogs after appearing in just 3 games for the Sun Devils last year.
You know, it's interesting. Coach Donnan called me, was it Tuesday, former head coach of Georgia, and I had some questions about the young man. And I'm like, okay, I know he's out there, but they must have got on him pretty quickly. And he wanted to know what kind of kid he was and the talent and all that kind of stuff. So we went back and forth. And at that point, did I know that Georgia was seriously interested in him. I also did find out that
Tuesday?
Tuesday, yes. Tuesday, he was quite.
We reported it, and everybody in the world reported it the day before he even transferred.
You know,
going to Georgia.
It was just a prediction.
Yeah,
but everybody had that.
Yes.
I didn't. I think he's going to go to Southeast
I thought it was a done deal. It was Georgia, even before he transferred.
Well, I
bet he knew he was going to Georgia before he went into transfer portal.
Well, and then maybe Coach Donnan kind of verified that rumor he had like several questions from that particular standpoint. I also found out that Jaden Rashada wanted about $750,000 to stay here at ASU. Coach D said not going to happen. So they looked at maybe something about $150,000 plus the dad wanted a loan. ASU said not going to happen. We'll go with $150,000 if that's what you want. Besides him pretty much getting beat out by Levitt. So those things kind of factored into his move. So I don't know what kind of money. I didn't get into it with Coach Donnan back there in Georgia as to what kind of money. But I think from that standpoint, I was thinking Southeast Conference too. Follow the footsteps.
I don't know.
Jaden Daniels going to LSU.
As a media member, Manuch, how do you not ask what kind of dollars Georgia was going to give him? I would think that would be like the best part of this story that you're getting into now.
But Coach D didn't know. Coach Don didn't know what the numbers were.
Oh, you didn't say that. You said you didn't ask.
No, he didn't. He pretty much, at that point, he did a lot of vetting, a lot of research because they trust his from the skill set.
Yeah.
I said, look, he's a good kid. The dad's a little bit former player at ASU, a little bit of helicopter dad. So that's kind of the issue. I said, but besides from that, he checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they want to hear more than anything.
Hey, it is a Thursday. We all know it. That means we're broadcasting at Twin Peaks today. It's the Tempe Marketplace location. You can take advantage of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Coming up, our document solutions today as Trey Turner gets his consecutive stolen base streak snapped. And we will ask the question, who has had the longest consecutive base stealing streak of all time? That's next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Tomorrow on the Drive, will we be losing our mind because the Cardinals got a massive trade down offer? Or will we be losing our mind because Marvin Harrison Jr. plus Kyler Murray equals greatness? We react to all of it. 6:05 on the Drive, Fox Sports 910 and your free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Life's a sprint. Meet G2G protein bars. Grab and go fuel for the office, links, and daily grind. Score an 8-pack at Costco or explore flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, power-packed G2G protein bars. Setting your pace.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
There's something that binds us all. The constant hunger to improve. The obsession with every detail. And the reward of a custom fitting taking your game to a whole new level. We're all bound by 2 words said by golfers worldwide. Schedule your fitting at Vans Golf Shops. Find your local store at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Do you ever have a case of the Mondays? You won't if you tune in to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from 1 till 4 as they broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar. That's every Monday from Casino, Arizona.
Investing in a high-quality misting system from Fogco will be the coolest decision you ever make for your home patio, pool area, or commercial property. Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, is one of the pioneers in the misting industry for over 35 years. Let Fogco transform your outdoor living and entertainment areas into a cool and soothing tropical showcase. If you're looking for quality, reliability, and value, get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com.
The comfort of your favorite seat is now your comfy car selling command center, thanks to Carvana.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Your favorite seat's the best spot in the house. Make it even better by entering your license plate or VIN and getting a real offer in minutes.
There really is no place like home.
And speaking of home, Carvana will pick up your car.
Hey guys,
after you finalize your offer.
Do you want to set up the 2 clips?
The app and sell your car from.
Okay, so I'll play the open and then you can set them up.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard. Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.
It's Thursday. The guys are live at Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. Time for today's play of the day, courtesy of Document Solutions, leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. Their service can't be copied. 623-252-8282. Now let's get the play of the day.
We got a couple for you as the Heat stole home court from the top seed in the NBA playoffs last night as they took care of the Celtics 111-101, and it was led by a lot of threes. And here is Miami's Highsmith making a playoff record 21st three-pointer late in that fourth quarter.
4 times in the last 5 years. Serious rivalry here. Miami tops 5. Highsmith lets it go and hits it. Haywood Highsmith.
That was like I was just going to say, that was like a playoff atmosphere watching that game yesterday. Yeah, it was. Of course it was, Rock. But it felt like more of a game 7 or a game 5 because I have not seen a bench so excited late in that game because they felt it. They felt that they were going to win that game. And it was great because where I was watching the game, a bunch of freaking massholes, and they were cheering and just being just typical Boston massholes. And I was just like, oh, yeah, let's go. Because I don't think, I think Boston's going to be in the finals, but I want to make it a hard route.
You think of, you shoot, they shoot 43, 44 threes?
They made 23.
I mean, over 50, over
53.5%.
Oh,
23 of 43.
They were raining threes all over the place, but you think, Jimmy, I've talked this before the show, you think with that lineup, that the guys on and off the bench, that Boston would ever lose the game. But again, the 3-point ball neutralizes your team, whether you got guys down low or not. And I think that's been kind of the hearsay of all these pundits. The Suns need to shoot more threes. Got to make them, too. I get it.
Well, you got to make them, yeah. Why is it that a lot of people in this industry do what you just did and just said, Jimmy and I talked about it before the show, then why do we have to talk about it now?
No, we're talking about the Celtics. We're talking about the Heat and the reigning three.
You and Jimmy talked about it before the game.
Talked about
show.
Sorry,
Are you jealous?
Show prep.
A little jealous?
Yeah. Show prep. We're talking about the things we're going to talk
guys
about.
doing show prep?
Yeah, we do.
Amazing.
Oh,
geez.
Stranger things have happened, Rock.
Yeah, show prep is one of them. All right. Trey Turner, he's still second base in the top of the first inning in yesterday's game against the Reds. Of course, he plays for Philadelphia. And that was his 41st consecutive stolen base. And that's a hell of a feat. But then later in the game, here he is. You're going to hear it, getting thrown out on a rundown, which snapped the consecutive stolen base streak.
Home ball from first, elevated pitch, fade, throw, Turner, and a rundown. Stevenson charges at him. Candelario is in him here, and he tags him out. They bait him, they hook him.
There you have it, courtesy of Valley Sports, OHIO. All right, so with that being said, who currently, or who's had the record for the most consecutive stolen base?
Well, I'm going to say it's one of three guys.
So you only get one answer. Don't even say them out loud. Just say the one you think it is.
I think it's Lou Brock.
Okay, let me see where he's on this list. Oh, not even on my list.
I'm going to say Ricky Henderson.
Well, I was going to
not even on my list.
Really?
Maury Wills.
Not even on my list. I know Shu's going to know because he just looked it up on his computer.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up. I have two answers in my head.
Okay, you only get one.
I know.
Shu.
I know.
Go your best one.
Oh, man, my best one is an older player. The one I think it might be is a newer player, but I'll go with the older player, Cal Ripken.
Wow. What? Not even on the list. I would have never expected
Me
it.
neither.
Yeah.
He played every day, right?
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How about McGee?
Wait, hold on.
So right now, Trey Turner is currently has the third highest. There's two people ahead of him.
Man.
One of them retired in 2007. Or no, not retired. His streak was in 2006 to 2007. And then the number one guy, 1988 to 1989.
Willie McGee.
Close.
Oh, that's why I said McGee. I said McGee.
I thought
Oh,
Willie
my gosh.
McGee.
Consecutive. Oh,
Yeah, that's
man.
the key. It's
So
consecutive.
number two, with 45 consecutive, played for the Seattle Mariners.
Oh, Ichiro
Suzuki.
Yeah.
Really?
And then the record, which currently stands at 50,
Wow.
Vince Coleman.
Oh, I was close.
You just assume that anytime that Ricky Henderson got on base is like a double.
Oh, I know.
Because he's
It
still
was.
second, like no
like
big
nothing.
deal.
Yeah.
And Lou Brock was the same way.
Yes.
Ichiro, yeah, he could get down that line.
Yeah, he's on base a lot.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
guy was
yeah.
quick. Hey, Document Solutions to the Valley, 623-252-8282. Get yourself or your business a new all-in-one printer. Right now, you can buy, lease, even rent many makes and models that work off your smartphone. How cool is that? Call 602-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied. And ask for our buddy Greg House at 623-252-8282.
You know,
So there you have it.
Maury Wills, Shu will know this, was the first player in Major League Baseball history to steal 100 bases in a single season.
Ahead of Lou Brock. Was he ahead of Lou Brock?
Yeah.
As far as that was concerned?
Maury Wills played for the Dodgers.
And did Lou break the record at 104 that one year? Or did Ricky break the record?
Oh, no, Ricky owns the record.
I know that, but as far as in a year.
Oh, it might be Lou Brock, but I know Maury Wills was the first.
My answer when I had to look it up, of course, for this segment, but it's called prep. You know, you'd get some stuff ready to bring to the show.
Yeah.
I had Tim Raines. I thought Tim Raines was the guy.
Yeah.
And he had 40 one time and he had 37 another time. I thought for sure. But Lou Brock's a great answer.
Yeah.
Davey Lopes would have been a good one.
Yes.
You know,
Jimmy Rollins would steal a lot of bases for the Phillies many years ago.
It's fun to see that back in the game. I know Corbin Carroll was pretty proficient last year. He's, struggling a little bit right now. Don't quite see that, a lot of that from Corbin Carroll this year so far. So I think as far as, some of the base hits and some of the things that a lot of teams are doing, and, nice to see that from that standpoint. So it's the stolen bases, get them on second base, run them over.
That's it.
Base hit, sacrifice fly, there's a run.
So D-backs again are headed to Seattle tomorrow, and they need to get into a little consistency. But what sucks is this injury bug is hitting them early.
Well, Merrill Kelly's reported to be down for a month now.
Yeah.
The shoulder issue that he's got, inflammation, and you just hope it's nothing more than that. They said there's really no damage. So it might be like a tendonitis. And if it's a tendonitis, I know guys get the tendonitis in the elbow. It's rare you get it in the shoulder area, but again, you just got to be real careful, real cautious as to what's created that. Because Kelly, as far as I know, hasn't had many, if any, arm injuries per se. So I think that those are some of the things that you want to make sure that he's completely healthy and coming back. And you can't afford to lose your number 2 guy to a shoulder issue. Just make sure it's completely healthy for whatever the issue is. I'm going to say it's more like a tendonitis, more so than that standpoint.
When do you become a doctor? Like you can all
there's no damage.
Start breaking down this somebody's injury.
Because
you ever heard of HIPAA laws and stuff like that? Where are you getting this information that you can go on there and
if they show no damage, so they show no strain or anything like that, the deduction is got to be some kind of tendonitis or strain.
You didn't learn that at Kansas State. I mean, how do you know that?
No, I do know that. The Kansas State.
Now, the gym class you took?
No, exercise physiology, training. We had all that stuff. And trust me as well, too, knowing throwing as far as in reading and researching a lot of guys. Elbow was tendonitis damage. If there's no damage to the shoulder or elbow, the deduction is probably a tendonitis or something.
Probably.
Yeah, let's say. But they showed the MRI showed just it's inflammation.
So you looked at the MRI?
No, they're saying that they showed inflammation. So if there's inflammation, it's more like a tendonitis. I've been down that arm road area.
But you can't go on the air. It's HIPAA laws. You can't be saying,
I'm not sure it's something I know.
Well, you don't know for sure.
I'm giving speculation what I think it is.
I love when you former athletes think you know it all. Like just because you played the game, that gives you the right to be everything and anything.
I pretty much know about arm injuries. Trust me.
Did you stay at the Holiday Inn?
The Holodome. Absolutely.
Holodome? What was that?
Holodome is, and they had the Holiday Inns, and they had the Holodome over the pool area. It's just this big dome.
Where's that?
Oh, they got them all over. They got them back in one place. Manhattan, Kansas has got them.
Name a real place that I'd want to go to.
Well, I know a Holodome. They're out there.
Real quick.
Oh, man. Go ahead.
No, this feels like a perfect time to go to break because we are spinning our wheels at the end of this segment.
So,
how we spin our wheels? I'm talking about the potential arm injury for Merrill Kelly.
Detroit is on the clock. Okay, the NFL draft takes over in a few hours. The sports professor, Rick Crow joins us next.
Save that,
Jimmy B.
Clear. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Another former Sun Devils quarterback lands in the SEC after Jaden Rashada announced his commitment to Georgia. The Suns tip off against the Timberwolves in tomorrow's Game 3.
Yeah, I saw it.
And Allen's status for the contest uncertain after he re-aggravated that ankle injury in Game 2. Detroit, Michigan is the center of the NFL universe over the next few days. With round 1 of the draft tonight, the Cardinals hold 11 picks, including the 4th and 27th overall. The Diamondbacks are off. They'll take on the Mariners on the road tomorrow with Zach Gallen getting the start. Merrill Kelly to miss at least a month with a shoulder injury. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
The Carlisle, Arizona Women's Golf Classic is here May 6th through the 12th with the biggest purse on tour. The best women golfers on the Epson Tour will be at TPC Scottsdale's Champions Course, brought to you by the Carlisle Companies. Get close-up access to the future of women's golf. May 6th through the 12th at TPC Scottsdale's Champions Course. Go to CarlisleLPGA.com for tickets. CarlisleLPGA.com. Whatever you do, be there.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Need an all-in-one wireless copier and printer or IT help for your business? Call Document Solutions of the Valley, the official copier and IT solutions company for Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Document Solutions is leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. They'll support your business no matter how big or small. Take advantage of either buying, leasing, or renting many makes and models of copiers. For a free quote, call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
This month's fever is here, and it might be time for that vasectomy. Call the experts. Purely Vasectomies. 844-NO-SPERM. 3 Valley locations. That's Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise.
No more unexpected surcharges, hidden
fees, or
complex rate structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Man, that sunset is gorgeous.
Grill, patio, sunset. Hard to get better than that. Unless you're browsing Carvana's inventory while you soak it all in.
Oh, burger time.
So sit back, get comfortable. Carvana's got thousands of cars under $20,000 just waiting for you.
I could stay here forever.
Carvana, where car buying meets comfort, meets convenience. Download the app or visit Carvana.com today.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Time to talk about the business side of sports. Leading expert in the business of sports. Author of the new bestseller, The Sport Business Handbook. Host of Power of Sports and architect of over 100 deals worth billions in sports. The sports professor, Rick Horrow, joins Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
So the Motor City is set for tonight's NFL draft. One of the latest sports spotlights in a downtown that has been rejuvenated. A city that has hosted a couple Super Bowls, a Final Four, multiple championship series across all the major sports. But it's been a while since they've had a Super Bowl, which was 2006. It's a different place, but today they get to showcase their city coming off a great Lions 2023 season. And joining us to talk about the business side of sports is the sports professor, Rick Horrow. Rick, why didn't you go to Detroit? I mean, you're at every big event. Is Detroit just not your style? Oh, my gosh, you're on TV right now. Wait. Your Icons is on. There's a weather delay in a baseball game, and now we actually are watching you on Bally's, I want to say, Kansas City, and there you are, Rick. Wow. What are the chances, Rick?
I'm a national celebrity. So who is the lucky person enough to be interviewed today?
They didn't post his name.
His name was Pat Battle.
Yeah, there he is.
Yep, there he is.
Yeah,
Right there.
Sure. Yeah, we got to work on your attire, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, that golf shirt, that turquoise shirt with the brown jacket.
Listen, first of all, don't be dumping on me. Second of all, I'm a national celebrity that didn't expect this. Okay. Third of all, once I get a parking space for you on a regular basis, you can start putting me in any wardrobe you want. Okay. Fourth of all, I just forgot. I mean, there are 3. That's enough. That's enough arguments. Am I? Would I want to go to Detroit? Here's my plan. I went to the Rays and Tigers yesterday. It was a good game that nobody saw. This morning played a marvelous course called Citrus Farms, which is a new development by the same people that do Cabot up in Nova Scotia and a couple other places. I'm about 5 minutes away from Amalie Arena. Going to go see the Panthers tonight.
Wow.
Got the Magic and Heat. I mean the Celtics and Heat Saturday. So I decided to hang around Florida and stay here from place to place. I've got a question for you. Supposed to be the guy. Yeah. Well, no, it's one of those things that I just heard from your beginning. So everybody uses rejuvenate. Are downtowns juvenated first and then rejuvenated? I've never heard of juvenate.
Well,
Right?
come on. Detroit has had a tough history. When the 2008, should I said revitalization? Would that have been better?
That'd be very good, Rock. It's a big word.
No, it's a good word. I'm not. God knows, I'm not criticizing you for your language use because it would be a constant source of irritation. I mean, but I would say that you are right on in Detroit. And I'll tell you a quick story. When I was doing all the NFL stuff, and it was different strokes for different folks. I was in as a league guy, and some guys wanted me to be running their process, and some just wanted advice. And Bill Ford at the time was running the Lions, and he was the heir apparent. He is the heir now to Ford Motor Company, and he ran the company like he runs any business. Very well thought out, forthright, and the advice was: should we rebuild at the Silverdome up in Pontiac, probably a little cheaper, or do we become vitalizers of downtown Detroit? And I said, it's not my decision, but I think you, if anybody, ought to determine what the right thing to do is. He made the decision on Woodward Avenue there, got the Tigers to be across the street, got the Little Caesars near it. And when you look at Detroit now, a lot of it was that fateful decision to tell the Lions to not only come back downtown, but build a dome. Chicago is now talking about billions of dollars, including a dome. Probably should have done it at Soldier Field in the first place. They'd had 4 or 5 Super Bowls already. Minnesota did it. They got 2 Super Bowls, one old, one new. Green Bay in that division did not do it, but they're a museum. It's a little bit different. So, obviously there are many decisions that owners make. They can make or break a city, and Detroit and Bill Ford, basically 2 for 2, A downtown and B a dome.
Well, it seems like a lot of cities did that in those late 90s, early 2000s. You think of Denver, you think of Phoenix. Kind of, as you mentioned, revitalizing a city with sports and putting those domes and those stadiums, bringing them back to the city versus the outskirts. And I like the decision by Chicago to potentially put their new facility and retail down there on the lake.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was involved in that on a volume scale. We did 23 of them in between the mid 90s and early 2000s, and it's now like a car that Paul Tagliabue to Bill Ford. We were talking. You said, you should have. We need to do stadiums like you do cars. Every 5 years, you need a new one. Well, every 20 years, you need a new one now when the financing runs out. And so, obviously, you see the Diamondbacks doing that stuff now, too. But the Cardinals have had a great run. And it's interesting because all the stadiums that were open in 2000, 2001, 2002 that I was kind of directly involved in are now coming to the end of their first lease. So everybody's thinking about tinkering with them or building a new one or relocating or adding stuff to it. And you're right. They used it as a basis to help promote other sports as well. And obviously that's a big deal.
And we always talk about economic impact with the Super Bowl and the Final Four and all the big events. So when you look at these cities hosting the draft, we were at Nashville several years ago when they drafted Kyler Murray. What kind of impact on a scale is it 25% of what a Super Bowl would be or a Final Four? Where does that in comparison when you get all those people coming into that downtown area, that city?
Yeah, it's a pretty good comparison. Maybe 40, maybe 35%, 40%. And you know why? It's because in the Super Bowl, you do have people coming in from other cities, but they're corporate entertainment-oriented people. The main people coming in for the Super Bowl are from 2 cities, and the AFC and NFC champions. For the draft, you have less people for each destination, but everybody comes in. And it is a big deal for Nashville, big deal for Cleveland, big deal for Kansas City,
3,
big deal for Detroit. Next year, Green Bay. And I got to tell you, the guy, the poor schlub who was out front for the Radio City Music Hall, and his role was to extend the deals they currently had. And then the NFL said, we want to get out of our league. Man, test the waters. Go, test the waters. Well, I don't know where that guy is now, but I'm sure he's not running Radio City Music Hall events today.
So, Rick, here we are. We're at Twin Peaks in Tempe. It's one of the biggest, and they have probably 100-plus televisions here. And since it is a rain delay with Kansas City, and there's not a lot of afternoon games, you're everywhere. I mean, you're getting some eyeballs today, big fella. I mean, this is great.
Yeah, no, I know.
Do you look forward to weather delays because they run your show more?
God, yeah. Oh, and afternoon games because they're over, and the pitch clock because the 1 o'clock, whatever time zone it is, now are usually over
2.
4. There are a lot of fillers, and I am classic. When you look at me, what do you think of? Filler. I am just call me filler. I mean, and it's perfect because from Bally's perspective, these interviews are evergreen and they are top people and they're easy to slide in and good. Well, now Kansas City is now learning a lot more about minor league baseball. Pat Battle, Bill Battle's son, he was huge in the SEC, and I don't know if you know about Pat Battle, but he runs all of the now DBH, which runs minor league baseball, and teams now. They have about 40 of them, and he also came out of a collegiate licensing. So he and his dad kind of invented and monetized the business of collegiate licensing. And if you will wait for a rain delay in Phoenix, although I know there's not a Bally's issue in Phoenix. I get it. I understand that, but it's almost everywhere in the country. And if you want,
1 minute,
I'll send you the link on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, what I did is I had my producer do a remedial version where everything's cut down to like 1 or 2 syllable words. So I'd be glad to send it to you guys.
Yeah, you got to dumb it down for us in Phoenix.
We'll get it then. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Rick, we know you're extremely busy. It's so refreshing to be able to do a radio show and look at you while we're actually doing the show. It's interesting. I don't see any advertising behind you. We got to work on that. We need to see maybe some Red Bull or something. I see a Masters head cover. Yeah. That's all I see.
No, listen, you guys. I'm waiting for the phone to ring. That's all I got to say. So yeah, that's we've had that conversation. The phone has clearly got a ring, and if I could teach you a few things, all the better. And I am really excited to continue the ongoing effort, just like it is in the old days when it's just the two of us on the phone. You ask me a question, and I answer what I want to answer anyway, regardless of the question. Now you see me on TV answering your question that has nothing to do with you, but it's kind of the same drill.
What did he just say? Now I'm hoping they don't replay this episode again right after because the weather delay goes too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
See you, Rick Filler. Rick Filler Horo.
All over the country, rain everywhere.
Oh,
rain
good stuff. You could make. Thank you, Rick. Oh, good. See you, Rick. Thank you.
What are the odds?
Rick Sporo joining us. Rick the Filler Horo. Hey, what do you think about that?
It's
good nickname.
Good.
Is it better than Rampage Jackson, who's going to join us at 3:00?
No. Rampage got some meat to it. Got some intensity to it.
It's Football 50 next. Got a lot of stuff we want to pass along, specifically here locally. We'll tell you all about that next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B out here at Twin Peaks in Tempe.
Time to win some bonus bucks. Listen for your chance to win $1,000. Dollar bills yell. When you hear the keyword at the top of the hour, weekdays from 9 to 5, enter it at foxsports910.com to win. Sponsored by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe from Lerner & Rowe, where there are no fees until we win your case. Speaking of win, we want to help you bank $1,000, powered by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys. Interact, need a check? Call Lerner & Rowe today, 977-1900.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale on Bell Road is your home for billiards, poker, and trivia. And now, the Roc and Manuch Amber by Huss Brewing. Stop by today and experience top sports viewing, off-track betting, daily specials, and ice-cold Roc and Manuch Amber drafts. Arena Sports Grill.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Have you been charged with a crime you didn't commit? It happens more than you think. When your liberty is on the line, you need an experienced attorney that will aggressively fight for you. Lerner & Rowe Law Group handles DUI and all other criminal charges. And with our affordable payment plans, it's easier than you think to get the defense you need. If the police made a mistake, call Lerner & Rowe today. We're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to take your call.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
The United Fight League is back with UFL4 powered by F3 Energy. The 2024 schedule kicks off big at Gila River Resort and Casino, Wild Horse Pass, and the first UFL event live streamed on the Kick on Saturday, April 27th, and features 2 world title bouts. Aman Moon Cosme takes on Arizona's own Hunter Azur for the inaugural bantamweight title, and the UK's Ashley the Beast Reese battles dangerous Nikolai Varentenikov for the welterweight championship. Tickets at UnitedFightLeague.com. Use discount code FOX910.
Family Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. It's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data, and you get to choose who joins your family plan starting as low as $25 a line. Does it have to be family? It can be family or people you like.
Get more lines and more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for family plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Family plan discount with 4 lines, all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
The Carlisle, Arizona Women's Golf Classic is here May 6th through the 12th with the biggest purse on tour. The best women golfers on the Epson Tour will be at TPC Scottsdale's Champions Course, brought to you by the Carlisle Companies. Get close-up access to the future of women's golf. May 6th through the 12th at TPC Scottsdale's Champions Course. Go to CarlisleLPGA.com for tickets. CarlisleLPGA.com. Whatever you do, be there.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
Let's get ready for football!
It's football at 50. The latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 9 and the iHeartRadio app.
So they're expecting about 400,000 people in tonight's draft in Detroit. You think about where Detroit is, the proximity, and we talked a little bit about that with Rick Horrow. You know, he mentioned Kansas City and some of the other places that are pretty close. But Chicago, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, all right there that are so close to make this one of the biggest ever. On the television side, last year, the average audience was about 6 million over the 3 days, 11.4 for the first round. You wonder if that is going to be higher this year. I don't think it is, because I think it's pretty much locked on who at least the first 3 picks are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you keep hearing that the draft starts at 4 with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I think. Good point, Rock. That hey, everybody kind of sort of knows who's going to go where.
Yeah.
And if it's chalk the first 3, 4, 5 picks, I think what's intriguing is you're seeing some of the. I just saw a couple things pass. Hey, the Giants looking to try to move up, get a quarterback. So you see several things coming across. Now, if that spurs people to get home and turn the TV on or come to a Twin Peaks around the valley and watch and go, you know what? I'm seeing more, I'm seeing some things trending right now.
Yeah.
So could that actually be? So I think the curiosity for a couple of things that might be moving that way, it's got me intrigued. Like, okay, I mean, I try to ignore all the chatter and think of the chalk or think of some of the things that you think somebody's going to be picked at. But I don't know. It's still kind of like, wow, would they really go for a quarterback if they got Daniel Jones and they really need a receiver and they need offensive linemen? Why would they go get a quarterback when you got so many other needs to fill? That's what's intriguing.
Do you think that it's maybe starting to max itself out as far as the draft? Because guys are going to watch it. They've watched it for years. I mean, you can only get to so many people tuning it in, and then it's not going to be expanded anymore.
I think whatever the NFL does, it succeeds.
I agree.
I agree with that.
I don't think there's anything they can do wrong. They could do this on a Monday or a Tuesday, and people would watch.
Yes.
It's such a machine. It's such a machine.
I think with the draft order changes, it's not the same every year. So I think the draft order changes. This team will go first. I think those eyeballs, those fans, are part of that to continue to watch and go, okay, we're number 3 this year. Well, we were 27 last year. I mean, you look at the Chargers. They're in the playoffs 2 years ago. Now this year they're fifth pick.
Yeah.
So you got more of those LA Charger fans dialing in probably than last year.
I think the bigger story is the fan bases with these top picks. It's not like these small market like Jacksonville's got the first pick. It's Chicago, the third biggest city in the country.
Yeah.
Washington, which is right there. New England and Boston, and then New York's at 4. I mean, Phoenix would be considered smaller, but with the Giants and everyone else, I mean, I think that's why I think the number may be big.
I was going to say, I think this draft class is more impactful than ever because we've been talking about this draft since last year. When the Arizona Cardinals had that pick, we said, oh, they're going to get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison Jr. And I think with just the depth of the offensive tackle and the wide receiver and all the needs the Cardinals need, it fits well for them having 11 picks and what they need in this year's draft.
And we haven't seen 3 quarterbacks go consecutively since, 1971?
No. This was my show. It's quarterbacks going 1, 2, or 3 happened more recently than you think.
So, I mean, 3 in a row.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Trey Lance.
Okay.
Jags, Jets, and 49ers. And that was only 2-3 years ago. 2021. It's happened 3 times.
And you know what? I think that again.
Sorry to put you down there, big fella.
No, it is your show, Rob.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm on the marquee first.
Correct.
Jack's like getting all, he's got his own show on Saturdays now. He's doing these stupid blogs that I see all the time that are going viral.
I just trying to get reps.
He's giving his freaking draft picks. Like I think he's in the 4th round now. He's got the 222nd pick.
The point that you make, Jack's a very good point. Is there a lot of you got quarterbacks, receivers, impactfulness in the first 10 to 12 picks. A couple offensive linemen that'll be here and there, cornerbacks. So I think guys that can come in and make an immediate impact with that team, especially the quarterback position, you can almost pretty rest assured they're going to play. Receivers, they're going to play. Cornerbacks are going to play. Offensive linemen, they're going to play from the get-go. So I think in the top 10 to top 15, there's a lot of appeal for the kind of individuals that'll be there. Receivers, you may have 7 to 8 receivers go in the first round, 8 to 9 offensive linemen. You may have 3 to 5 quarterbacks go. I mean, there's a lot of that going. Guys that people have seen and watched in college and make sure. High-profile guys, impactful guys.
Yes.
And if you're a Bears fan, hey, is Caleb Williams going to be the savior for us? Well, you better get a few guys around him.
I hang with a lot of Bears fans. They don't think he is the guy.
Really?
Nope. Think about their track record. They have not had a good quarterback in a long. What's his name?
Right.
Played when you played or before you?
McMahon?
Who was there? Who was the big guy before McMahon?
Well, there's Bob Avellini going way back.
No. If you said his name, I would know. I know. Look it up.
Bears quarterback.
Long-time Bears quarterback. He was probably the better quarterback of all time.
Better than Jim McMahon, or was it just the team that McMahon had?
Because they haven't really had 3. McMahon was like the guy that got him to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Avellini got him to the playoffs. He had Walter Payton in that backfield. Eric Kramer, I think, was there. Horton was there. Kyle Orton was there.
Yeah.
And then as far as getting to the playoffs, the last quarterback was former Cardinals backup. Oh man,
is it Bobby Douglas?
Well, Bobby was. No, Luckman.
Yeah, that's exactly.
You went back to where Sid.
I'm going back to, that's exactly what it is.
Way back.
Yeah, that's some of these old timers. Oh yeah, well, we're not going to have somebody for a long time. You know,
Yeah.
we need Sid back.
Yes,
you know,
Sid was.
I just think if you're a Bears fan, I mean, it's good for them to be good.
Well,
I mean, they're a great
I think
franchise, but
you
they've had a lot of bad luck.
Yeah, you got to understand. You got to put people around these guys. I mean, they're just not going to get it done themselves.
Manuch, they went out and got high-profile wideouts. Look what they have acquired in the offseason. He is going to have studs to throw to. You just have to protect him. That's where you have to go.
And he's got to learn the game. He's got to learn his offense. He's got to learn defenses. I mean, there's a lot there. But if they've got a good running game, can protect him, to your point, Jimmy, and allow him to learn as he's on the fly, it may take a couple, 2 years for them to get there. It's not going to be instant success with this Bears team just because you got a top-notch quarterback that's in there. You got to build around it, and the defense is coming around. I mean, that's one good thing about the defense.
Defense played well towards the end of the year.
Yeah. And I thought that what Justin Fields did his last 6 games was
more than acceptable.
Exactly. I mean, they did good. But now, if this kid, it's going to take him a little while to get into, but if the defense can hold serve and they can grow with him, who knows? If they can win 6-7 games with a young rookie quarterback.
Hey, our football news and notes today are brought to you by G2G Protein Bars. You can win G2G Protein Bars for an entire year. All you have to do is text G2G to 59925. You can enter as many times as you like, but only once a day. That's G2G to 59925, and standard message and data rates apply. And you can also find G2G Protein Bars in the refrigerated section in Costco. Hour number 2, we will catch up with gamers. We will also do a little mock draft ourselves, top 6 picks, and we'll have some fun with that. We also will have our Twin Peaks Challenge, always hard to say. That's coming up at 2:45. And Rampage Jackson will join us on site here at Twin Peaks in Tempe at 3 o'clock. Thanks to our friends at F3 Energy. They'll be here. Got a bunch of swag, bunch of product they're giving away. So come on out and join us here at Twin Peaks. It's Rock, Manuch, Jimmy B, obviously the star of the show, Jax, and Shu here on Fox Sports 9.
Had a baby, Jack.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
The Carlisle, Arizona Women's Golf Classic is here May 6th through the 12th with the biggest purse on tour. The best women golfers on the Epson Tour will be at TPC Scottsdale's Champions Course, brought to you by the Carlisle Companies. Get close-up access to the future of women's golf. May 6th through the 12th at TPC Scottsdale's Champions Course. Go to CarlisleLPGA.com for tickets. CarlisleLPGA.com. Whatever you do, be there.
Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar on the southeast corner of Cave Creek in the 101. Happy hour 7 days a week, 4 to 7, with $5.50 house wines and well drinks, $4.75 drafts, plus tons of food specials. Upper Crust Pizza and Patio Wine Bar.
Commit to one day and help keep ozone away. Idling causes air pollution. Please turn off your vehicle when waiting in long lines like school pickups and drive-thrus. You'll save on gas and breathe cleaner air. For more information, visit maricopa.gov/AQ.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Before the puck drops, BetMGM is dropping bet and get tokens into the accounts of customers in Arizona. Simply add a wager on the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs to your bet slip and activate your token. You'll instantly receive a bonus bet no matter how your wager goes. From big hits to overtime goals, BetMGM is here for every playoff moment on the ice. While the teams chase the cup, you can take advantage of daily promos, same-game parlays, live bets, and so much more with your BetMGM app in Arizona. Claim your Bet and Get token today to earn a bonus bet, regardless of whether your NHL Stanley Cup playoffs wager finds the back of the net or not. Get to the center of the playoff hockey action with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, Arizona only. Existing customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Roast is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
It's a day off for the Diamondbacks before they face the Mariners in Seattle tomorrow. Zach Gallen will get the ball. Merrill Kelly will miss at least a month with that shoulder injury. The Suns tip off against the Timberwolves tomorrow in Game 3. Grayson Allen's status for the contest not known after he re-aggravated that ankle injury in Game 2. Detroit is the center of the NFL universe over the next couple of days. Round 1 of the draft is tonight. The Cardinals hold 11 picks, including the 4th and 27th overall. Another former Sun Devils quarterback lands in the SEC. Jaden Rashada commits to Georgia. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword FUN at foxsports910.com. That's FUN at foxsports910.com.
Is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, look for mostly sunny skies out there. Temperatures in the low 80s today. We're also going to see some pretty breezy conditions on and off throughout the rest of the afternoon. Tonight, 60 degrees and clear. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Suzuki Law. If you've been in an accident or accused of a crime, 2 words, Suzuki Law. I'm Richard Suzuki, and my team of personal injury and criminal defense lawyers and investigators will fight for you. One call, Suzuki Law.
Don't think so too. 505-0000. Suzuki.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
We're having a great Thursday afternoon. It's absolutely gorgeous. We are broadcasting live outside of the patio at Twin Peaks Tempe Marketplace. Looking forward to Rampage Jackson joining us on location, and the owner of the United UFL, thank you, Fight League is going to join us. Harrison Rogers as well. So looking forward to catching up with him, big time entrepreneur. So and this league is owned by of course Rampage and Frank Mir. So there's a lot of big time names that have a lot of history in MMA, and we'll have them on location here at Tempe Marketplace, Twin Peaks. So come on down and join us. We got a bunch of swag. F3 Energy is here too. If you have not had their product, they are the official energy drink for the UFL. So that's pretty cool. But Detroit is on the clock as the NFL draft takes over downtown Detroit. No moves as of today that we've heard that are substantial that will affect the first round. However, that could change here once the lights go on. And I suspect that Minnesota, Buffalo, Oakland, Las Vegas, those are some of the teams that you're hearing, even New England, that have picks that want to move picks and make some moves. So I'm anxious to see if it's going to be one of those busy Thursdays or just kind of status quo.
I hope it's busy. I mean, it's a lot more fun when there's a lot
of movement. It's fun to see the movement. Denver's also been talked about as far as moving up as high as they possibly can to go get a quarterback. I mean, there's that whole speculation. Then to see what actually comes to fruition or not is just kind of that anticipation. You can just hear when you're there, and we were down in Nashville when the picks are going on, speculation about this or that. Well, you knew Kyler Murray was going to go number 1 to the Cardinals. You know, there's no way they're going to trade out of that. Cliff Kingsbury got hired. he fits their offense. They can do the air raid / RPO / spread offense. So you knew that was a given. All the other stuff that was kind of behind, okay, who's going to go the next 3 or 4? That was the fun part of seeing it. But as I recollect, everybody pretty much stayed chopped. Wasn't a lot of nuances as far as moves being made.
So you have 3 teams that have 2 picks in the first round: Minnesota, Chicago, and Arizona. You have a few teams that don't have picks, teams that probably could use a pick, that being Carolina, Cleveland, and the Houston Texans. So phone lines are open. Phone lines are open right now. But I do suspect that Minnesota will make some moves. They don't have a quarterback.
No, they don't. And the names going back and forth as far as who they move up to get. Is it J.D. McCarthy? Is it Bo Nix?
Are you telling me, Manuch, they're not happy with Sam Darnold after they did that trade?
No,
Sam Darnold. Speaking of Sam Darnold,
yeah,
the Rams, the LA Rams, they haven't had a first-round pick since 2016 when it was Jared Goff.
Yeah.
So they're actually they showed up. Yeah. They're there today.
Yeah. Well,
so I can see them going with a possible quarterback like a Bo Nix or Penix down the road. I think they're 18 or 19. 19. So I mean, I can see them.
Well, it depends on how they feel how Matthew Stafford's health is. I think his health. He's been banged up pretty good the last few years, shoulder, knee, but the guy can still throw it. He even had
16 years he's been in the league.
He has a long time.
That could be something.
35 or something.
Maybe you grab somebody now, let him mentor them for a couple years and get the next guy ready to go.
Manuch, they have brought Stenson Bennett back after he had a falling out and he had some personal problems. They have indeed brought Stenson Bennett, the young kid out of Georgia. And so I think that they may not think that they have to go get a QB, but I'm sure they'd like to trade up.
Well, and I think they've got some other pressing needs too, guys.
Yes,
you got to remember, if they
Yeah.
need more line help or rush and defensive end, I mean, look, there's projected 8 to 10 offensive linemen that are looking to go in this first round, I should say. But I think at that point, all right, do we go get somebody in the second or third round to come in as a guy behind Bennett and Stafford? But they can't feel that Stenson Bennett's going to be once Matthew Stafford moves on, that they got a guy that get now that's one of those kids that can really step it up.
I'm anxious to see what quarterback San Francisco grabs at 31. They like having those rookie contracts. So keep that going. And John Lynch, I think he's got 10 picks this year. So
yes, he does.
But most 7 of them are on day 3. Yeah. So maybe they'll pick up a Brock Purdy again. Late on day 3.
You think about that because I know that was the kid that was here last year. It's his backup right now. Who was the quarterback that was here? The Cardinals went on to Cleveland.
Oh, Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, Dobbs. He's the backup. But again, that's one of those kind of things where you go, okay, Dobbs is our guy now. Do we want somebody? And you could see them picking up somebody maybe 4th, 5th round, 3rd, 4th, 5th round is just in case. Dobbs isn't really the guy. He's just there for insurance reasons only. But that might be something that Lynch goes, if we don't have any of the pressing needs, offensive line, defensive wise, we lose this guy, lose that guy. Because this is probably his last year as a general manager to keep that core nucleus around and pay those guys. And then if not, look to some of those rookie contracts down the road. They're going to pay you. You want to keep him around for a while.
Yeah, you got to make sure he's happy because he's not too happy right now.
Right.
He's probably him and T. Higgins are the two that people suspect might get traded this weekend.
And Debo's not getting anywhere. He's happy with his contract he's got. And then your offensive line, there's some big needs with that offensive line. So those general managers managing that cap space and the draft picks, and if you get a guy in the first round, was it 5 years you got before extension?
That's correct.
But Brock, he got a 4-year deal. This year coming up, he'll get his extensions. He's going to get paid. He's going to get paid pretty well from that particular standpoint.
Hey, headlines are brought to you by the Sportsbook and Casino Arizona. Bet the game, watch the game. They got 3 live betting windows, 6 self-service betting kiosks, plus 8 screens that display all the betting lines. You can check it out for yourself. Open daily from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. As we get into headlines, this has absolutely nothing to do with sports, but I do think it is an interesting headline, and it is news to pass along that I think is outstanding. The Department of Transportation, they announced new passenger rights where the rules are where airlines are going to be required to refund passengers in cash for long delays and cancellation.
Hallelujah.
I love finally. And lost luggage.
I love that.
So for all you guys and gals that travel for a living, this is big news.
Instead of a credit that you may use 6-7 months from now,
So there are some specifics to it, but it's delays that would be more than 3 hours for domestic, more than 6 for international. But and what's interesting too, it includes tickets that are purchased either through the airline, a travel agent, which I don't even know when those are. Do you know any travel agents?
No, I don't. Not anymore.
No. Any third party like Expedia or Travelocity or any of those. So to be clear, you will get the refund if you don't take that later flight that they give you. Like they say, hey, you want to get on the next flight to Phoenix. So if it's canceled and you're not getting on one of those flights, they got to give you cash. To give you compensation. That's great.
Catch a check. Yeah, that whole thing about we'll credit you for your next trip, or give you the voucher. I remember they used to do the vouchers. Well, here's a voucher for X amount or for your next flight. But then you had the expiration date on that.
They did. Here's the other thing too: is there used to be so many airlines. If your flight got canceled, they would move you to another airline that was going to the place
that was
you
a long
headed.
time ago, Jimmy.
That did not happen. That has
that's when you used to be able to smoke on an airplane.
Well, no, it wasn't that long ago.
Eastern or what is that?
But
TWA.
They were stewardess then.
Brandon.
Now, for some stupid reason, you got to call them flight attendant. What's wrong with just a stewardess?
I don't know.
I used to be great, man. That business. Those girls, they come all dressed up, had the hats on and played the part.
PSA Airlines, they wore hot pants.
Really?
Yes.
I flew them all. Was that Pacific something?
Yeah, Pacific Southwest
Airlines.
Yeah.
Hey, the Daily Digit today, the percentage of quarterbacks picked in the first round of the NFL draft between 2000 and 2019 that have signed a second contract with the team that drafted them.
Oh, man. The percentage?
What percentage is courtesy of ESPN?
I'm going to say 5. 5%.
I'll go 10.
46.
Woo! Really?
But again, 46%, but that's from 2019 now.
Oh, okay.
If you go into maybe now, maybe that number will come down
different.
Big time.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate that at the height of drafting these quarterbacks, they got to give them time to develop. I think right now, some of these teams, they want instant gratification, instant success from these young guys. You remember, they're young quarterbacks. They're just learning. Now, if you got the people around them, and you look at some of the things they can do. If they can all throw. They can all make it happen. Just a matter of your system, how bright they are to learn the reads, to get the ball here and to get the ball there. Those are some of the things you look at from a lot of these young quarterbacks.
Hey, coming up, it's our 6-pack mock draft. Have some fun with that. But first, sadly, we're going to go up to Utah. You're going to hear how a couple former Arizona Coyotes, now Utah NHL whatever team it's called, how they were introduced yesterday. It's a real bummer. Watching it really just I had a pit in my stomach. It just sucked.
It hurt.
29,000 deposits.
Wow.
Ticket deposits.
Wow.
How
standing
amazing that
only.
is for an arena I think is going to hold 14.
Yes. Yeah.
Jeez.
Waiting line already.
We are live from Twin Peaks in Tempe. Rampage Jackson's going to join us. Looking forward to that. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Tomorrow on Drive, will we be losing our mind because the Cardinals got a massive trade-down offer? Or will we be losing our mind because Marvin Harrison Jr. plus Kyler Murray equals greatness? We react to all of it. 6:05 on The Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
There's something that binds us all. The constant hunger to improve. The obsession with every detail, and the reward of a custom fitting taking your game to a whole new level. We're all bound by 2 words said by golfers worldwide. Schedule your fitting at Vans Golf Shops. Find your local store at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Do you ever have a case of the Mondays?
You won't if you tune in to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from 1 till 4 as they broadcast live from the CAZ Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar. That's every Monday from Casino, Arizona.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. I often get asked, How can Lerner and Rowe effectively handle DUI and criminal cases when you guys are a personal injury law firm? The answer is simple. We're good at it. Lerner and Rowe Law Group is a separate law firm from Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. Our criminal defense attorneys have represented thousands of clients across the state. And with our affordable payment plans, you can get the defense you need immediately. If you've been wrongly charged with a crime, time is not on your side. We're available to help you 24/7.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
When it comes to men getting a vasectomy, you want to ensure you go to the experts. So call Purely Vasectomies. Purely Vasectomies. They're easy, comfortable, and convenient. They have single appointment options with a same-day consultation and vasectomy. Plus, there are 3 Valley locations. Their experienced specialists take the time to answer all your questions. They offer sedation to keep you comfortable, and most men can return to work next day. Call Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, has been cooling their customers for over 35 years. Fogco provides their customers with results that exceed their expectations, with reliable misting and fogging solutions that you can count on all summer long. Head to fogco.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're balling with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
That's not just the sound of that first sip of Morning Joe. It's the sound of someone shopping for a car on Carvana from the comfort of home.
That's a good blend.
It's time to take it easy, like answering some easy questions to get pre-qualified for a car in minutes.
Talk about starting the morning right.
Just like customizing your terms so your car fits your budget. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to experience car shopping the way it should be. Convenient, comfortable.
I am begging you, do not wait until we get to triple digits to get your AC checked out. Hey, it's Jody Ayler for Plum Smart. Right now, with Plum Smart, you can get a spring AC tune-up for just $49. Now, the peace of mind you get from getting your AC tuned up before the summer heat, that's pretty much priceless. To get your $49 spring AC tune-up, call Plum Smart today. 480-654-8865 or go to itsjustplumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. The Drive with Jody Ayler, now in mornings. Tomorrow from 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 9.
Twin Peaks, 5 locations celebrating Cinco de Mayo big this year with sweet deals on their favorite tequilas and all kinds of drinks. You can get Twin Peaks for several beverage specials that'll be going on at different price points at all 5 locations, including shots and cocktails and drafts and much, much more. That's Twin Peaks, 5 Valley locations. We are here at the Tempe location today, and we are going to catch up with Tom Chambers in about 10 minutes. Rampage Jackson in about 45 minutes, as he'll be here on location. So looking forward to that. We'll talk Suns with Tom. But first, sadly, if you have been online and watching some of what is going on with the Utah NHL team, as the players and staff got a preview yesterday of the energy that is going to be inside Delta Center when they play hockey this coming fall, as they had more than 12,000 fans that packed the arena on a school day. Like in the middle of the afternoon, kids had to get out of school, right? And I mentioned earlier that the 2025 season tickets, the season ticket deposits is up to 29,000, but they had 17 players that came in yesterday. They were all given a chance to take the microphone, introduce themselves to the new fans in Delta Center. And I want you to hear from at least 2 of them that had an opportunity to speak, that one in particular really got the crowd going.
How we doing? We're super excited. Can't wait for next year. Clayton Keller here, right wing, St. Louis, Missouri.
My name's Liam O'Brien. You guys can call me Spicy Tuna. And I cannot wait to get this place buzzing. Let's go!
I gotta tell you, it just pisses you off.
Where was that here?
It just really makes you angry.
It does.
You know, I mean, the crowd went in a frenzy when O'Brien kind of stole the show there. And how cool is that? The spicy tuna going nuts like that, and it's just sad. It should never have gotten to this point.
Agree.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, you know, your longtime girlfriend and watching her go off in the sunset with the new guy.
Yeah, who's
and
loaded.
And she seems like, yeah. Right?
Who's loaded. That's the analogy.
She's smiling a lot. He's got her new car. He's got her this. Then you're going, damn, if I only would have. But on the other side of it, guys, hey, what these young men and the organization inside have put up with for so many years, God bless them, moving on. I mean, to this situation.
Okay, yes and no, but at the same time, some of these, majority of these kids have been there a year or two. They haven't been here for the 20-plus years.
Right. I get
now,
it.
their staff, yes, but they don't, come on. They haven't been around that long.
Rock, and being here, they've known nothing but downtrodden scenario.
Oh, what? They played in front of Full House every week?
Yeah, okay, 4,800 people. But I think, yeah, you're pissed, you're mad, you're going, wow, that what could have been, right? But they're moving on, and really, it's hard to accept reality. And then when you see that, you go, man, oh man, the enthusiasm. These fans are just dying for hockey in Salt Lake, and it shows. I mean, they get off the bus, and there's 4,000 people.
They had 5,000 people at the airport.
I mean,
to welcome them.
Yeah, and they went in this little hangar with the kids with the signs.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie.
I think we all are jealous.
Interesting to keep an eye on is Alex Morello and his gambling license that he has that is still active, according to the Arizona Department of Gaming. As if you remember back a few years ago when all the sports teams were grabbing these licenses, which the Diamondbacks with Caesars, Cardinals with BetMGM, the Suns and Mercury, they're owned by Matt Ishbia's Player 15 Group, which is signed with FanDuel and Valley Bet. Of course, TBC Scottsdale, right. DraftKings, even Phoenix PIR Raceway. You know, they had Penn Entertainment, so did the Yotes. But the deal is, the rule is that the license has to be with a team, the top team in that particular sport. Now, that would be the Coyotes, right? They would be it's what they call the highest level. Like, I know the Rising at one point was trying to make a case that they were the highest, but they didn't get it. So now the highest, if the Roadrunners come up, would be that, right?
Right.
But if it's not, then how are they going to figure this out when it comes to the highest level league or organization to play is entitled to that license?
That's a very curious question.
When I say entitled, eligible to retain that license. So I'm anxious to see how this all comes down because, Morello is a gambler. I mean, not in physically, but he has his own company, Sahara Bets, because he does business with casinos that he owns.
And he hedged his bet by buying the Coyotes. Look what happened. He made a ton by selling off.
He did.
That scenario. And you just, with that kind of background coming down, if it doesn't fit, does it fit for him to go ahead and purchase the property if this thing gets bid up? Matter of fact, there was one report saying this thing could get bid up to, 125, 150 million, depending on who shows up for the bid.
We talked about that, Manuch, and you were like, oh, it's 68, 69 million. I'm like, this thing is going to get so amped up because of that area is such a hot area.
No, I just said the
not
base
for an arena, but it's such a hot area for everything else.
What I said is, that base is there, but I say it could get bid up. What's his magic number as far as how much we put into it? And like I said, if it gets 125 million or something like that, he's going to go, wait a second, I'm here to hedge my bets, so to speak, on the scenario with the Yotes. Does he go, well, let me do the math, since I'm going to pay 125 million, let's say that's the number.
Yeah.
For the land, and it's going to cost me, say, $1 billion to build the arena, develop the infrastructure. He'll sell off some parcels, but if he wants to develop some hotels or retail, okay, he's into it for $1.5 billion. If he wants to get the Coyotes rejuvenated or re-engaged, there's $1 billion to pay out. All of a sudden, the numbers from his standpoint, he starts to go into the negative again, and he's there to make money, not lose money. Now, it might take him 10 years to recoup that extra $1 billion, I don't know. But unless he sells those parcels off around him and is part of a developer on a development fee.
All right, let's get to our mock 6-pack draft. Yes, 6. Good job. So the draft starts at 5 o'clock today, 4 o'clock tomorrow, 9 o'clock on Saturday. So you got round 1 today, 2 and 3 tomorrow, 4 to 7 on Saturday. And you can watch it on ABC 15, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN Deportes, and the NFL Network. So right now, Cardinals are sitting at 4, but we're not sure if the phone lines are open, which I'm assuming they are, for Monty Ossenfort to maybe trade back like he did last year. So we'll see how that all comes in. So we're going to have some fun here just to kind of who we think is going to fall in. Now, these are our top 6 picks. Doesn't matter who the team is, it's who's going to go in the 6. So I'm going to stick to what most people are. I got Williams, Daniels, and May going the first 3. And then I have Harrison, of course, at 4. I don't think they're going to move. But J.J. McCarthy with the Dodgers right now, with the Chargers, you would say, okay, you got Jim Harbaugh there. He knows them. Yeah. But no, they're going to trade. They're absolutely going to trade, I think. And then Neighbors, I got at number 6. But if not, I think the Giants will go with J.J. McCarthy there. So those are my 6.
Okay.
My 6 are, I'm going to go, I'm sorry, Jimmy, go ahead. Let me step on you.
No, that's all right, man. That's all right.
I think the Bears, I see a little bit of that. I think via Carolina, go with Caleb Williams and stick that way. Commanders, Jaden Daniels, he'll fit with what they want to do with that offense. I think that fits from his running and his ability to get up and down the field and from the standpoint of with their offensive coordinator, former Cardinals coach, to make that happen. Patriots, I'm going to go J.J. McCarthy here. A lot of people are going with May. I like McCarthy. The reps, national titles, missed out on one. The conference he played in, and again, the reps. I think that's a better fit for the Patriots. Cardinals going to go Marvin Harrison. Chargers, they already got their quarterback. They got Justin Herbert. I think I'd go with the top offensive lineman because doesn't he like to ground and pound, that being Jim Harbaugh?
So you don't think the Chargers are going to move? So you think the Chargers are going to stay?
I think the best offensive lineman, because that's his mantra, is the running game. I think J.C. Latham, the kid out of Bama, and I think the Giants, they need home run hitters. Malik Neighbors is my guy there.
All right, I'm going to do just what you just talked about. I'm going with Williams, Daniels, and May for Chicago, Washington, and New England. I have Harrison with the Arizona Cardinals, and I went back and forth with the Chargers. I agree. I think they're going to make a trade. And I first put in Brock Bowers because they needed home run hitters. And then I put in Malik Neighbors, and then I erased them all. And
went to the offensive line, Jimmy?
I did, because I started thinking what Manuch always is preaching. You got to have offensive linemen. And so I put in Joe Alt. And I thought that he would fit there. For the Giants, I have Neighbors.
All right, real quick, Jax.
All right, I'm going chalk with you guys. Top 4, Caleb Daniels and Drake May. Marvin Harrison Jr. going to the Cardinals. And at 5, I think Joe Alt's the best offensive lineman. I got him going with the Chargers. And then Malik Neighbors, they're at 6. Pretty same as Jimmy.
Shu.
Yeah, I've got the same 6. I think if you make the assumption that New England is not going to trade the number 3 pick, I think it opens the door for the top 6 to be relatively chalk. And that means the Chargers take the top tackle. That means the Giants get their pick of Roma Dunze and Malik Neighbors. And that means the Cardinals stay at 4 with Marvin Harrison Jr.
And we were going to do a tiebreaker, and we all have the offensive line, which would be the most picks. But let's do this. Which team will make the most moves on day 1? Let's make it a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
Day 1 and day 2.
Chicago Bears.
Okay, you got the Bears. Bears are off the clock.
Vikings. Minnesota Vikings.
I was just going to say them. I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think the Chargers are
Okay, that's
move.
3.
Broncos.
4, and I will go what's left, and I will go with the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
Good choice.
There you
A
have
lot of
it.
needs there.
Tom Chambers will join us next. Suns are to the Timberwolves. Will they need to turn this around? Will home court advantage be it? We'll talk to him next. The Suns Ring of Honor and former champion Tom Chambers next on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Center of the NFL universe over the next few days is Detroit, with round 1 of the draft taking place tonight. The Cardinals with 11 picks over the next couple of days. Tonight they picked 4th and 27th. The Diamondbacks are off. They'll play the Mariners in Seattle tomorrow with Zach Allen drawing the start. Merrill Kelly will miss at least a month with a shoulder injury. The Suns play the Timberwolves tomorrow in Game 3. Grayson Allen's status up in the air after he re-aggravated his ankle injury in Game 2. Another former Sun Devil quarterback lands in the SEC. Jaden Rashada has announced his commitment to Georgia football. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
The Carlisle, Arizona Women's Golf Classic is here May 6th through the 12th with the biggest purse on tour. The best women golfers on the Epson Tour will be at TPC Scottsdale's Champions Course, brought to you by the Carlisle Companies. Get close-up access to the future of women's golf. May 6th through the 12th at TPC Scottsdale's Champions Course. Go to CarlisleLPGA.com for tickets. CarlisleLPGA.com. Whatever you do, be there.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
The United Fight League is back with UFL 4 powered by F3 Energy. The 2024 schedule kicks off big at Gila River Resort and Casino, Wild Horse Pass, and the first UFL event live streamed on The Kick on Saturday, April 27th, and features 2 world title bouts. Amon Moon Cosme takes on Arizona's own Hunter Azur for the inaugural bantamweight title, and the UK's Ashley the Beast Reese battles dangerous Nikolai Varentenikov for the welterweight championship. Tickets at UnitedFightLeague.com. Use discount code FOX910.
Investing in a high-quality misting system from Fogco will be the coolest decision you ever make for your home patio, pool area, or commercial property. Fogco, the Valley's original manufacturer of high-pressure fog systems, is one of the pioneers in the misting industry for over 35 years. Let Fogco transform your outdoor living and entertainment areas into a cool and soothing tropical showcase. If you're looking for quality, reliability, and value, get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me? Free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
He's there.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you
I remember I couldn't find it open.
No more unexpected.
So you'll just come back with music and then that highlight.
Structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Hi, I'm Brandon Raffi from Raffi Law Group. I'm here to say thank you, Arizona, for trusting Raffi Law Group as your #1 personal injury law firm. Fighting for injured Arizonans is all we do. So if you're ever in need of an accident attorney, you know what to do. Call Raffi.
Call Rappy.
Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
15 points has been better since time. Bending off heel, and he threw it away. But Booker had to save it right into the arms of Alexander Walker. And then they give it right back. Gobert. This will be on Eubanks. And Rudy Gobert is going to shoot 2. And, you know, it's interesting. The shot clock reset.
You're hot.
Boy, Frank Vogel just living right now.
Well, it's unfortunate that not just the Suns and Timberwolves series, but the referees seem to be the storyline in these playoffs. And Tom Chambers joins us now on the Right to the Guest line here on Fox Sports 910. Tom, is it being too much? Is too much being made of the refs, or would you say there has been some reasons to kind of get on these guys a little bit here?
Well, I thought that Philadelphia game, New York game, there was some difficult calls in a close game, and it can make a difference. The Lakers game, they lost a 20-point lead, and then they want to.
You guys have background noise, so I'm doubling you down when he's talking.
I'm not going with that, but there are some calls, but I think it's been, nothing crazy. It's kind of gone both ways with all the teams involved. So, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, there's a lot of things you can address, and that addressing the referees isn't something that the Suns can do anything about. So they've just got to fix their own issues.
From that standpoint, Tom, when you look at this team overall, and I think we've asked you a few times, what is it they're doing when they're hitting on all cylinders, and what is it that they're not doing at all, being down 0-2, that they're going to have to get back on track for this game tomorrow night?
Well, they are, and this team, we've seen them against Minnesota. They scored more points against Minnesota than Minnesota's ever given up in a quarter and in a game. So they know that what they're capable of doing. The problem here is they've started out slow. They've allowed Minnesota to get their confidence, on the defensive end as well as on the offensive end, and then the guys, with Minnesota. I mean, McDaniels. I mean, he's been their best player, and Alexander Walker's come in and done a nice job. I mean, they did a great job containing Ant and Karl Anthony Towns, and then these other guys have stepped up and had big games for them. But the Suns just have to go out. They have to, get a little bounce back in their step. They have to start knocking down shots. I still think it's the best scoring team in basketball. They can do that. I know they can do that. I believe they still believe in themselves. I still believe in them. It's just disappointing when you see how good they finished up the regular season, and then in the playoffs it just hasn't looked the same. So they've got to pick it up.
All right, my follow-up to that is, and I agree with what you just said, and I think they still have a shot in this series, obviously, but watching the game the other night, when they have to play half court, it seems there's just a lot of standing around and not that great of ball movement. Is there something, Tom, that you can say that would equate to getting better ball movement when they are forced to play in a half-court offense?
Well, I like motion on offense. When you're forced to be in the half court, this Suns team is much better when they're playing good defense and not taking the ball out of the net, and they go down at a fast pace, and they're tough to guard. When Minnesota is allowed to go back, walk back, set up their defense, they're as good as there is in the NBA, as good as there is in basketball. And during that stretch in the third quarter, the Suns turned it over like 5 times in a row. So not only did they give up, points to Minnesota, they didn't get a chance to get their own points. And that's just absolutely devastating. I just think that they felt devastated at that point in the game when they're like, oh, man, I cannot believe we're doing this right now. But this Suns team can move the ball even in half court. I believe they've got to be more aggressive. It seems to me, just like what you were mentioning there, they were just passing the ball around the perimeter. And that's not going to make it happen. Somebody needs to come up the middle and give them an outlet so somebody can go back door, or one of the guys needs to penetrate. Yeah. When they go to help, when Rudy goes to help, then you can give it to Murphy, you can give it to Eubanks, and you can finish strong. So you just got to attack that defense. Even though they're really good, you've got to attack them. I would not be afraid to go right at Rudy Gobert at all. And that being said, I would also really want to look at making Rudy Gobert come out of the paint and guard somebody, because he doesn't do that. He's not comfortable with that. They don't like to do it, and so maybe you put KD at center for stretches and see what happens with that.
Tom, do they force issue with Booker tonight? Tomorrow night? Do they say, hey, look, Book, tag, you're it, just to kind of reestablish himself, bring him some confidence, and get him off? I want to get him off the schneid, but go be that guy. Go be that one dude that takes control and gets his team back into it. Or am I looking at all three need to do that?
Well, I believe all three of them need to be aggressive. But Book's that one guy that can carry the team. When he gets it going, everybody feeds off of him. And like I had said, McDaniels has been terrific on the defensive end, even terrific on the offensive end. He's really stymied Devin. He really has. And Devin has been able to have success against them and him before. So he's got to be aggressive. It just can't be, okay, here's your turn to go one-on-one. Here's your turn to go one-on-one. You've got to bring the ball up at full speed before they get back and they get set up. Their defense on the perimeter has been better than their defense on the interior. They're able to go out and overplay. They're able to go out and pressure you. They're able to go out and get up on the three-point shot because they know if they get beat, they've got Rudy back there in the paint. So you've got to go at them, go by that first layer of defense. And when Rudy comes up to help, there's going to be a lot of people over.
Tom Chambers is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. All right, Tom. Do you have any update at all on Grayson Allen? The last thing I saw was that he did some light work. Could he be available tomorrow night, or what's your opinion?
Well, I just listened to his post-practice interview, and he said questionable. I mean, he was smiling. He said he's done it before. He wears those heavy braces, so he tweaked it. Obviously, it hurt like crazy because he was going pretty much full speed. But he feels like there's a chance, so he's doing some pool work and some other work to try and get himself so he can play. So they'll make that decision tomorrow. He's tough. He's going to want to play, and hopefully he'll be able to.
Tom, the turnovers, I think that's it's just going to be the way it is the rest of the year. I think we're all resolved with that, unfortunately. But, I mean, the transition, they outscored the Suns, was it 31-2 on the turnovers? But how about getting back? Okay, you turn it over, getting your butt back, and try to make a wrong or right from that standpoint. I guess that was the frustrating part with that, was just the 31-2, not getting back to try to dissuade this shot off the turnover.
Well, they were live ball turnovers for the most part. They were lazy turnovers, and it just snowballed. It really did. And certainly we've seen the turnover issue before. We've seen the fourth quarter woes before. I don't know if they're putting their heads down when they turn it over and not getting back. But when you turn it over around the perimeter for the most part, it's a fast break, and that's what they're doing. That's some great athletes. When you're talking about Ant and Alexander Walker and McDaniels, they can get out and fly. And that's what they're doing. They're causing turnovers and they're flying down the court. So they're going to be tough to stop if the Suns are turning the ball over like that, because it's all downhill and high percentage shots. And that if there's one thing you saw in the game that really cost the Suns team that game, was that right there. Getting back, I didn't even notice they didn't get back on the transition. It was just a fast break turnover. It was a live ball turnover, and those are tough to overcome.
Is Bradley Beal extending himself so much defensively that it's bothering his offense? Because he is playing Anthony Edwards just sensationally defensively.
Well, he's getting after him. He's doing a really nice job. I think they're doing it like maybe they switch everything the Suns do. I mean, I saw, Bradley Beal on Gobert and Carl Anthony.
Yeah.
So I think they're rotating. They're doing a pretty good job there. The defense of the Suns has not been a problem. It's been the offense. They haven't scored enough points. And the reason they haven't scored enough points is because they're turning over 20 times. So I think everything here can be rectified and we can be positive. I'm much more positive today about this than I was after the game. After the game, I was just like everybody else. I was completely frustrated and distraught about what was going on. And it didn't look like, they even wanted to be out there at times because they were frustrated, because they were upset with themselves and the turnovers and things like that. But they were in the game. There was only one stretch in the third quarter and, 5 possessions almost in a row that they lost that basketball game. So there's some good things to take out of the game, but they can't have that bad stretch if they want to beat this Minnesota team, because they are a very good team.
We'll be watching, Tom. Thanks for the time, buddy, as always.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Tom Chambers joining us here. Again, was nice enough to hang out with us for our Final Four event that we had at Talking Stick Resort. Hopefully we'll be able to do that again, as you'll start hearing more with Tom Chambers and Casino Arizona and Talking Stick. So it's kind of cool.
Interesting. Hey, Booker's got to, let's go, Book. I mean, you can kind of hear in his voice, too. He's got to be the aggressive one. He's got to be the alpha.
Tom's brought to you by All City Towing. We're in Tempe. That's where they're located, just off the 202 in Tempe. And if you're looking for a new career that pays great with incredible benefits, then All City Towing is where you need to go. Go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. That's allcitytowing.com. Well, we need a contestant. One of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls from our Tempe location here. We'll take the fifth caller at 602-260-9191. That's 602-260-9191. It's our weekly Twin Peaks Picks Challenge. And Jax is going to go out there and find one of the young ladies here and get her picks. So we are going to be doing Suns, Timberwolves tomorrow, Knicks and Sixers tonight, and Nuggets and Lakers tonight. So that's the picks for tonight. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Denver Nuggets is clarity. How do you compare to greatness? They really illustrate a team's flaws. D'Angelo Russell, can't trust him in big playoff spots. Austin Reeves, Lakers bench, Darvin Ham,
This is The Herd. Tomorrow at 10. Listen to Fox Sports 910 anywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
There's something that binds us all. The constant hunger to improve. The obsession with every detail. And the reward of a custom fitting taking your game to a whole new level. We're all bound by two words said by golfers worldwide. Schedule your fitting at Vans Golf Shops. Find your local store at worldwidegolf.com. Get there.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
Whether you're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade sail or structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room, the House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
It's a mystery where Old Spice finds its amazing scents like Himalayan sea salt, but I'm thrilled they have because no other body wash exfoliates and moisturizes 24/7 like Old Spice Gentleman's Himalayan sea salt body wash. Now, if only there was a mountain range separating the Indian subcontinent from the Tibetan plateau where I could hide my Old Spice and keep my family from stealing it, my impossibly smooth skin will finally be safe.
Are you ready for Mother's Day? Macy's Friends and Family is going on right now. It's the perfect time to save on the perfect gift for mom with an extra 30% off designers that rarely go on sale when you use your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off makeup, fragrances, and more beauty favorites she'll love. Plus, get your Mother's Day gifts even faster when you pick up in-store or curbside. Today at Macy's. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. Time for Peaks Picks, your weekly chance to win a $50 Twin Peaks man card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game. Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. We're hanging out today in Tempe, Twin Peaks, and Rampage Jackson is going to join us roughly in about 12 minutes from right now. He's going to hang out with us on the show, and we're going to talk some MMA fights, also some boxing with Rampage. Once again, that's coming up at 3 o'clock. It is time right now, though, for our Twin Peaks Challenge, and Hayden is the guest picker. Jax has written down her selections, and Tony is the caller, and Tony also has his pick set to go. So, Jax, I'll start with you. Here are the games: Suns, T-Wolves, Knicks, Sixers, Nuggets, Lakers. For the Suns, Timberwolves tomorrow night, What did Hayden have to say?
Yeah, Hayden said Suns. She believes they're going to come back in Game 3.
Way to go, Hayden. How about Knicks and 76ers?
She went with the 76ers. She thinks they'll come back in Game 3 as well.
All right, and then how about the other one? Then we'll get to our caller.
Nuggets, Lakers, yeah.
Nuggets, Lakers. She's going with the Nuggets. 3-0 sweep on the Lakers.
Okay.
And shoot, what did the three go with? Or what did Tony go with?
Went with the Suns, the Knicks, and the Nuggets.
Suns, Knicks, and Nuggets. All right, well, there you have it. Let's for a $25 Twin Peaks man card. And don't forget, they're celebrating Cinco de Mayo big this year with sweet deals on their favorite tequilas and beers and more. You get Twin Peaks for several beverage specials at different price points featuring shots, cocktails, drafts, and more. So cheers with that.
We're ready, Rock. We are
better have
so
them.
ready. We are so ready.
I
I'm
missed
going
the
to.
last 2 weeks. You better have something.
Yeah, I'm going to stand up.
Last week is going to be hard to beat.
It is. Last week
Really?
was
So I
on
should
fire.
go
Yeah,
Hot
shoot.
ones, okay.
I think
Yeah.
everybody collectively would say
That was.
the dad jokes were great last week.
You
all
outkicked
six.
the coverage. You outkicked
Yeah, I had a lot of them.
Yeah, I did.
Even the open here for this only says that we're going to do one. I think I have 4 I'm going to go with today.
Okay.
Time for Rock's really bad dad joke of the day. I mean, really bad. Like, really bad. Here's Rock.
What did the grape say when he was stepped on? What did the grape say
Man.
when he was stepped on?
Squish.
I give up.
Nothing. He just let out a little whine.
Oh,
Good. Okay.
I like that.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, very good. How am I off? Go off to a good start?
Yeah.
All right.
I'd say so.
This was for Shu. Where do catchers sit at lunch? Where do catchers sit at lunch?
Man. I don't. Dugout.
Behind the plate.
Oh, I see. I see.
I get it. Very good. Very good.
That not as good as the first.
Yeah. All right. Number 3. Why don't ghosts go on dates? Why don't ghosts
He's
go
already laughing.
on dates?
The fact that you're laughing before you
Yeah,
get the
this-
punchline tells me this is going to be really bad.
Yes.
All right. Because they have no body to go with.
Oh,
very good.
I like
good.
that.
Yeah. All right. This one's one of my favorites. Why did the tomato turn red? Why did the tomato turn red?
It was embarrassed.
I don't know. He's ripe, full of energy.
No, because he saw the salad dressing.
Oh, I see.
You know, maybe we should have saved this from when Rampage Jackson was on the show. Get his thoughts.
Oh, he'd pound me in the head.
I was just going to say that would be a right cross to Rock's head.
You got to remember these when I go visit the kids in the summertime.
I liked 1 and I liked 3. I thought those were the best 2. I really did. The grape thing was entertaining. Wine.
The ghost one wasn't very good.
No,
Yeah. I think that was the best one.
The ghost one?
Yes, I think that was the best
I
one.
like why the tomato turned red.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Because he saw the salad dressing.
Yeah, they saw the salad dressing.
All right, there's your stupid dad jokes that you guys request every week.
We do. They're so bad, they're good, Rock. Yeah, it's like so you look at some of these. That person right there, that baby right there, is so ugly, he's cute. You know, that kind of thing. So.
Don't make the segment already.
No, I'm just.
Don't make it worse than it already is.
That's it, yeah.
Hey, we are excited to catch up. We have special guests that's going to join us in hopefully about 15 minutes or so. USC Bellator champion. He basically helped pioneer MMA and the MMA's growth. Quentin Rampage Jackson. He's going to join us here. Talk everything United Fight League. As UFL 4 is this Saturday at Gila River Resort and Casino at Wild Horse Pass. That's in Chandler. We'll have tickets to give away. F3 Energy is here as well. So we're going to dive into some of that. We're going to catch up with the owner of the league as well, and F3 Energy. Harrison Rogers is going to join us an entrepreneur, a guy that's real active in the community. So we'll have him on as well.
Can I just say this, since we're talking about the energy drink F3? I'm having the citrus, and it's good.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're such a kiss ass.
Sometimes.
You've been brown nosing every time we have some product.
Yeah.
You don't think people read through it like,
No.
oh, he's getting paid to do it,
No,
or
I'm not getting paid.
he gets free products, so he's going to talk about it.
Not getting
You know,
paid. I don't
for
get a
some
free
reason,
product.
when we promote the Roc and Manuch lager, you
love that.
always have to
No,
say,
the amber.
and you've only had a sip. You've only had the amber.
The amber's good. I haven't had the lager. I've had
This
the
is coming from a guy that drinks one beer and he's smashed,
That's
right?
pretty much, yeah.
If that.
Real quick. So now, Rock, you were not on Tuesday's show.
No,
don't
I
know
wasn't?
you don't know how funny that statement you just made was about how Jimmy B promotes things on this show and talks about them, because it is going to be the subject of tomorrow's Jax's Rewind, because I found something. Manuch knows what I'm talking about. Jimmy B knows what I'm talking about. We took the promotion thing a little too far on Tuesday.
He got on a roll, Rock.
It's good.
He did. I'm like, okay. What was he promoting?
Well, no, it wasn't what he was promoting. It was what Manuch was promoting, and then Jimmy B decided to also promote it right after Manuch was done promoting.
And then Shu promoted it.
Jim was just proverbial not paying attention on his other laptop.
Oh, yeah.
Doing 95 different things.
It's like a little kid with a tablet.
Yeah, he had a tablet plus what he's got in front of him. So we're sitting there talking about it. I was very profound. He goes right into it. We're like,
what was the
Jimmy,
promo?
So Manuch was doing the
What?
It was G2G.
Oh, G2G. And you've never had one.
I didn't say that I did.
The protein bars.
Manuch is doing the read, right? And I'm looking at Manuch. And so he's done with the read, and he gives it back to Jimmy B. Jimmy B then proceeds to do the read again without knowing that Manuch has done it. So Manuch and I are looking at each other like, does he know what he just did? And so then when Jimmy B was done, I did the read again for a third time in a row.
It was
to
great.
Close out the hour. Yeah,
It was great.
Jimmy never got it. It went right over his head that I did it. He did it. He realized he wasn't listening. And then shooting, he goes, oh, wow. She was really just diving in. And we'd explain to Jimmy after the segment was over.
Describe the emotions you're feeling right now after hearing that.
I'm just, when Rampage gets you, I just want him to pound you in the head.
Okay, fair enough.
Have Jimmy deliver some dad jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, he is pulling in. So we'll get to this here in a few minutes. But if you're in the area, come on by, say hello, sign some autographs, got some UFL gear as well. So it should be fun. But remind you that we are out here at Twin Peaks. 5 locations. Great place to watch the draft tonight, tomorrow. So hopefully you have an opportunity to come on out and then watch this draft. Should be a lot of fun. So we'll get in as we continue on from the Tempe location, Twin Peaks. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. # Sexy Roof Status. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're ballin' with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
It's time for the 2024 NFL Draft, and iHeart is your home for the NFL Podcast Network. Get all the insights, mock drafts, and trade rumors. Listen to NFL podcasts on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart.
Let's go!
Open your free iHeart app and search NFL to start listening.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage.
Yeah, well, be careful.
Advantage.
I've only got 2.
Reliable.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. See for yourself when you sign up today and get $150 bonus bets when you bet just $5. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Terms and conditions apply.
Family Talk with Straight Talk.
You give and you give. It's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data, and you get to choose who joins your family plan starting as low as $25 a line. Does it have to be family? It can be family or people you like.
Get more lines and more savings. Switch to Straight Talk for family plans starting as low as $25 a line per month for 4 lines. Find us at Walmart and straighttalk.com. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com. Family plan discount with 4 lines, all on the Silver Unlimited plan. Taxes and fees apply.
Don't let erectile dysfunction impact your performance. It's a common medical condition and there's no shame in seeking help. Arizona Urology Specialists. Personal care for life's most personal issues. Visit ArizonaURO.com or call 602-887-2160.
Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
The Suns tip off against the Timberwolves in tomorrow's Game 3. Grayson Allen's status for the contest is unknown after he re-aggravated his ankle injury in Game 2. Detroit is the center of the NFL universe over the next couple of days. Round 1 of the draft takes place tonight. The Cardinals have 11 total picks, including the 4th and 27th overall. The Diamondbacks get a day off before facing the Mariners in Seattle on Friday. Zach Allen gets the start. Merrill Kelly's going to be out at least a month with that shoulder injury. Another former Sun Devil quarterback lands in the SEC. Jaden Rashada commits to Georgia. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword green at foxsports910.com. That's green at foxsports910.com.
Is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for clear skies, temperatures dipping down into the low 60s, and then for your Friday, sunny and breezy with a daytime high only in the low 80s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Dell Technologies. Now your ideas don't have to wait. Dell Technologies and Intel are pushing what technology can do. So great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
All right, boys, here we go.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roc. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Fighting out the corner. This man is Nick Fox-Alanis, holding behind the record, 20 wins, 7 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight champion with time.
Chuck just said to John Hackman, Joe, what happened?
Here he's still defending himself, and then watch, he goes slap right there.
He was left. Rampage with a quick chance. Rampage chances. Silver.
Wow. The gentleman referee Eve Levine is called to stop with this contest at 3 minutes 21 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout with time left. Jackson!
Rampage wins tonight.
You're hot. The United Fight League is back. UFL 4 here in Arizona. Saturday night, Gila River Resort Casino Wild Horse Pass. And it will be live streamed on Kick. And we are fortunate to have Harrison Rogers, the entrepreneur who basically brought this all to life, and also part of F3 Energy. And you just heard a nice montage from Jax on Quentin Rampage Jackson, who is here as well, as we are live at Twin Peaks in Tempe as we get you ready for the big fights on Saturday. And first, I'll say hello to both you guys. Appreciate you guys making some time to come on out here. And just for Rampage specifically, this is not a podcast yet. So we're not allowed to, no profanity. No profanity. No profanity. So I know you have your podcast this quite well, and you can say anything you want, but iHeartRadio and the guys in the suits, they get a little upset when it's been so bad with us for 20 years that the delay used to be 5 seconds. Now it's 15.
How you guys deal with no profanity?
Yeah. Well, just got an over-the-air family show kind of thing, and that's Fox Sports on top of all that. Yeah, so you got to be cool about that. Be very careful.
All right.
Well, let's first start with Harrison. Talk about the UFL and why it's back, and where you want to go with it.
It has been a blast, meeting legends like Rampage Jackson. I met Rampage through another legend, Frank Mir. We kind of put on a one-and-done show in Miami, and we got talking about, as a fan, I was like, so tell me all about. And, of course, it turns into some of the issues that MMA has seen with fighters not getting paid very well, health insurance and all the stuff us original OG MMA fans are aware of. But still, for some reason, 20 years later, not much has changed. And so as an entrepreneur, at heart, and I heard that challenge, and I said, challenge accepted. But Rampage and Frank, of course, have heard multiple people say, oh, I'll do a promotion better a million times. So, of course, they were hesitant. But, man, after the first event, when we started UFL 1, they said, hey, this Harrison guy might not be full of crap. And so we became the first combat league to provide full health insurance to its signed fighters, retirement benefits with shares in the company, and it just became really good friends where they started seeing, hey, I truly do want to change this MMA game, and this is just step one. Rampage is really excited for step 2 that we'll announce at the event this Saturday. This is our first championship bout card this Saturday, and I'll let Rampage talk about me hopefully proving him wrong, maybe right, because just real quick, let me preface something. He said the words to me when we were talking about, if I make F3 Energy, if I make UFL the first combat league with health insurance and all, he said, you're going to be a legend. And I knew I wouldn't be a legend as a fighter. And so when he said I could be a legend in the MMA world, I was like, so hopefully I can prove him right.
Yeah. Harrison Rogers really impressed me because, I'm a fighter, and that's one thing that I always kind of wanted to see happen in this sport, because like a lot of football players and basketball players, you guys might not know this, but MMA fighters, we're kind of jealous of them. And you used to be which one? You was a
former quarterback. Time, yeah.
Yeah. Do you still get a pension and all that?
Yes, I do.
Shut up.
Yes, I do.
Shut up.
Started 3 years ago.
See, we all jealous of guys like you, because we go out there, and I think MMA is one of the hardest sports out there, because we got to train for so many different things, and then we retired, and there's nothing for us. Like a lot of the pioneers of my sport, I don't want to talk bad about anybody, but a lot of them, they're not doing well financially. And I think that there should be some type of organization, taking care of them a little bit, helping them out a little bit. Like, one of our pioneers, and we all love him. All the fighters look up to him. He had to do GoFundMe just to get hip surgery and stuff like that. That's not fair. So Harrison pulled it off.
So does that mean that with UFL, medical, life insurance, and things like that are part of it?
Yeah, you.
Hallelujah!
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, you sign a multi-fight contract with us. We put you on our group coverage plan, which is, a lot of people are like, oh, you have this glorified, health insurance savings account, and that's not. We're a full PPO that, you get a cold, you go in and you have a co-pay and get taken care of just like every other normal working employee.
Well, I'm sorry to cut you off, but my thing is that he even giving people shares in the company.
Oh, you get stake in the company.
Yeah, you get stake in the company, right?
We build this thing together and we all benefit. Can you imagine if Rampage or Frank Mir had a little piece of that cell that UFC went through?
You guys put it on the map, right? I mean, you really did.
Yeah, I still got pain every day from fighting in the big shows, So
that's what is for what you're saying is that the fact that you guys weren't taken care of after is really a sore point.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, is it? You think it's ever going to change? Because the sport seems like when there used to be UFC fights, it was every quarter. You go pay-per-view. It was big. Now it seems like there's fights every weekend.
Right. So I'm calling out all MMA fans right now. Like the MMA fans, the one thing I hear them talking down on the fighters that on our sport that we're not taking care of well enough. Now Harrison Rogers did it with the UFL. It's a new company. It's growing, so we need the fans to learn about this and support us. And then if this event get big enough, and then more fans jump on it and follow us, all you gotta do is pay attention to it. You don't gotta, you know what I'm saying? We don't got pay-per-views or anything. It's not gonna really cost you anything. All you gotta do is watch and support and everything, and then the rest of the MMA world would follow suit. It'll get big enough, and then where Harrison can keep growing the company, and we get bigger fighters, and then it becomes the norm. Then everybody got to follow suit.
I think the one thing everybody you would think would follow said this was already in place. So I'm kind of shocked with the UFL to hear that, hey, first of all, to get to the fighters and say, hey, look, I got this great idea. I would you guys be, hey, where do I sign up? Because I think fans think, okay, with all the pay-per-view and the money you're making, they can take care of themselves. Little do you know, there's no medical. You got to have your own medical, which we all know is out. You can charge out the wazoo. But what motivated you to come up with this idea to take this bull by the horns? It's a big challenge for you. Number one, to set up and then get to these guys and sell it.
Yeah, it actually happened backwards. I met these guys and then we built it together because, luckily I come from a background where I have companies that do have group health insurance coverages. I have, hundreds of employees that I have to insure. And so understanding that beforehand allowed me to not just talk out of my rear of saying, you know what, if we build this, league, I can do it because I do understand the hurdles of group insurance and, adding fighters to a policy goes a lot of underwriting, it gets expensive really quickly. And so not to get too technical with the insurance policy and some of the legislations that require a large company with hundreds of employees that require them to offer health insurance, it actually also provided me the ability to have to insure fighters, which normally they would just decline. Right. So it kind of used the legislation that requires me to insure. It also it allows me to insure. So that was kind of fun to jiu-jitsu that kind of need. But I've been an MMA fan since I was a kid. Growing up watching Rampage do his iconic slams and whatnot.
Whoa! You aging me over here.
What I meant was not grow up. I watched it.
You was already grown.
I was already grown.
You was already grown. That happened, right?
His younger days, Rampage. His younger days.
Well, yeah. Hey, we're gonna step aside real quick. We're gonna talk about the UFL this weekend, the type of fighters. Also want to get into some of what you're doing now, Rampage. And, rumors of you fighting in June in Qatar, and want to let the talk about that and your fear of flying. So I want to get into all of that as we continue in Tempe. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Tomorrow on The Drive, will we be losing our mind because the Cardinals got a massive trade-down offer? Or will we be losing our mind because Marvin Harrison Jr. plus Kyler Murray equals greatness? We react to all of it. 6:05 on The Drive, Fox Sports 910, and your free iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center. Crash on the 101 northbound near Chandler Boulevard, sitting in the HOV lane. Also, I'm seeing a wreck on Red Mountain, 202 westbound around Van Buren off-right. Car motorcycle collision on Baseline just west of I-10, and a crash on 12th Street in Bell.
This report is sponsored by Juicy Juice. No matter what the day brings, count on Juicy Juice for the good stuff. Give kids the nutrients of real 100% fruit juice to help them conquer the day. With no sugar added and no artificial sweeteners. Find Juicy Juice at your favorite local grocery retailer. Info at juicyjuice.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're balling with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late, running down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
The Carlisle, Arizona Women's Golf Classic is here May 6th through the 12th.
Arrested for something you didn't do? When your liberty is on the line,
Yeah.
you need an aggressive, experienced attorney to defend your rights.
Oh, I know. That's why I just called you.
You can trust with your freedom. Our criminal defense attorneys have represented thousands of clients across the state. And with our affordable payment plans, you can
name, phone number, email. Got it.
Immediately. If you've been wrongly charged with a crime, time is not on your side. Call Lerner and Rowe today for a free consultation. We're available to help you 24/7.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
When it comes to men getting a vasectomy, you want to ensure you go to the experts. So call Purely Vasectomies. Purely Vasectomies. They're easy, comfortable, and convenient. They have single appointment options with a same-day consultation and vasectomy. Plus, there are 3 Valley locations. Their experienced specialists take the time to answer all your questions. They offer sedation to keep you comfortable, and most men can return to work next day. Call Purely Vasectomies at 844-NO-SPERM.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ziprecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free.
Another former Sun Devil quarterback lands in the SEC after Jaden Rashada announced his commitment to Georgia. The D-backs are off. They'll play the Mariners tomorrow. Draft day for the Cardinals. They have 11 picks over the next 3 days, including numbers 4 and 27 today. Hall of Fame corner Darryl Green will finally see his number 28 retired. Not the franchise he spent his entire 20-year career with, thanks to new Washington owner Josh Harris. I'm Frank Garrity.
Former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
Chuck just said to John Hackleman, Joe, what happened?
Right on the button.
Badly.
Here he's still defending himself, and then watch. He goes flat right there.
The days go by so fast.
Rampage with a quick jab. It's all Rampage Jackson.
You're hot.
And now Like Silva.
Good stuff. The United Fight League is back this Saturday at Gila River Resort Casino, Wild Horse Pass. And we have some tickets for you right now. We'll take 3 callers, and we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets for Saturday night. 602-260-9191. And you can also get tickets on your own by just going to the Gila River Resort Casino Wild Horse Pass website. And again, it's at Chandler this Saturday. It's going to be huge. We got Rampage Jackson here. We got Harrison Rogers, who runs the UFL, and F3 Energy, which is here in town. Speaking of that, Rampage, when did you get involved in this?
Well, I was involved with F3 Energy as soon as Harrison thought it up. He was like,
so you're a pioneer in MMA and a pioneer in F3.
Well, I can't take credit of the energy drink, but Harrison, I'm going to be honest, Harrison wanted to do an energy drink so he can give the fighters more, more capital. I don't understand all the business.
Sure.
So, but he was like, with fighting, it probably take me longer to, give the fighters more money. Let me do an energy drink. I was like, Harrison, don't do an energy drink because the market is so competitive.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a healthy one. and he did it. He made a real healthy energy drink. It got all this ginseng, BCAAs, and Giga Galoba and stuff. And I was like, man, this guy did he did the unthinkable. He made actually a healthy energy.
It's kind of an oxymoron, a healthy energy drink.
I know, yeah.
I mean, when you hear that, you have to explain it here. Let me tell you why. And as Rampage just said, you're using terms there that are like healthy terms.
Ginkgo, BCAA, ginseng, all that good stuff.
Hey, I'm with you, Harrison. I'm dialed into the citrus. You and I, man.
Yeah, I love this. I love
I do
citrus.
too. Yeah,
The citrus is my favorite. It's my favorite flavor. Like when I have it at home and I have all the different flavors, citrus is always the one that's out. Everybody loves it.
Yep.
But it's my favorite.
Yep, me too.
Now, a lot of people like the original and stuff as well, and the different moves, like the peach moves, real popular. And even the original tastes. Some people say it tastes like cotton candy, but this, for some reason, I love the citrus.
Well, so Harrison, putting the two together makes sense. I mean, where did that brainstorm come from?
I come from a mental behavioral health background. That was like my previous businesses.
Right.
And so I always wanted to have, and as a energy drink abuser growing up, I had a heart attack. And not only
young guy
at 19, I woke up after surgery. And so not only wanted to have a healthier energy drink, that I'll never make the claim doesn't give you heart palpitations, but as somebody who had a heart attack, it doesn't give me heart palpitations with the cleaner energy source of a green tea extract, as well as the vitamin B12 compounds that allow just a little bit of a cleaner energy, but also the mental benefits. As we stimulate our bodies, inevitably anxiety goes up, mental cloudiness, different, you're compromising your mental capabilities by jacking yourself with caffeine.
Tell me this. When I play Call of Duty, I notice I play better after I drink them. I'm serious. I'm 25 years old and I be playing Call of Duty with kids, and I sit there, I drink one. I notice that I'm getting like I play Warzone. And then I'm getting like top 10. I'm getting top 3.
You're dialed in. That's a commercial right there.
I didn't know it did anything with my clarity.
It's got to be the F3.
We're blowing up.
Got to be the F3.
We're blowing up on Kick streaming content because of the gamers. That's one of the big things they talk about is they're energy drink connoisseurs. They know what they drink to help them stay up late at night as they're gaming. But you also need to be focused and. I'm getting back into Halo, but they're quick and they're fast. I'm like, how are they doing this? And I drink an F3. I'm like, ha ha! Now I got the edge.
Yeah, I'm gonna start drinking 2 now. I didn't know. I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
But then, to your point, to finish what you're saying, it didn't make sense for me at the time to create a product with the business I was in, just because we didn't have the audience or the platform to really go mainstream. Sure. But when I started United Fight League with Rampage and Frank, we needed to find sponsors to pay for those things. And Monster Energy Drink, Red Bull, all those are traditional sponsors you go after. But because we were a new promotion, understandably, they weren't writing us the big enough checks that I thought we deserved. And so I was like, I don't want to make a rich company richer when this is what I want to do anyway. So we doubled down on ourselves. We created F3 Energy, which, like he was saying, not everybody says they have a healthy energy drink, Celsius. Everybody's wanting to go healthier. And, we're trying to prove it. We're trying to actually, Celsius and all these other companies are getting pulled from shelves for different reasons, and luckily ours is flying through all these new regulations because of the stuff that we formulated. So I'm really proud of our formulation, and it's just like Rampage was saying, it's another way for our fighters to get compensated, because the shares that they had originally with UFL I gave them shares in F3. So we all grow together, we all build together, and we'll all eat together is what we say a lot.
Rampage, you got a true partner.
Yeah.
With Harrison. You really do. I mean, the league has a true partner that has your best interest. Think about it. There's not a lot of leagues that have your best interest at heart. And I came from one, National Football League. And you got a guy that does. That's rare. You realize how rare that is?
I know how rare it is. That's why I got Harrison back on anything he want to do. He proved himself time and time again. Like fighters, we meet all the different promoters and they sell us dreams. We hear everything before, but Harrison, he backs up what he says he's going to do. You know, and he teaching me a lot about business, as you guys can tell. I'm a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I know how to make people laugh, and I know how to knock people out.
You're also, for people that don't follow MMA, you're a movie star too.
You are.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you know, for you and for you to be with Bradley Cooper and Jessica Biel, I mean, what a great cast you had, and
Liam Neeson.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dalton Copley. Those guys were
how
great.
much fun was that?
That was, you know, that was some of the best times I had ever on a movie set. I don't know how many of you guys know about being on a movie set, but it can be very stressful because sometimes you get the directors that some of them kind of mean and they yell and cuss out some of the actors, the lower actors and stuff. But the director of this film, Joe Carnahan, him and I have become really good friends. We were still great friends till today. He was like the one of the easiest guy to work with, stress free, laughing the whole time. And then Liam Neeson and Bradley Cooper, and so I've learned so much from them. And Chateau Copley and him and I became brothers. And so I'm on the set for 6 months. So I'm
6 months.
Yeah, I'm working with these people every day for 6 months. So you get, after a while, you grow to love people and get to know people, and it was a great experience for me. That's still the biggest movie I ever did.
Gives you a great appreciation of how hard the work is.
Oh, it's really hard. Acting and stuff is really hard. I gained a lot more respect for it because before then I only did mostly like B movies and like little small roles here and there. But
paycheck's good too, though, right? Paycheck's pretty good.
If I'm gonna be honest, I lost money doing 18. I lost money.
What?
I'm a fighter, man. I was fighting.
So you couldn't work out. You weren't training.
I couldn't. I make more money when I fight.
Yeah.
So I took the 18 movie over a fight because I was such a big fan of the TV show.
But it helped your brand, did it? Did it help you, Rampage?
Too. Well, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it, but it was supposed to help my brand. But if I'm gonna be honest, I like to be honest. Somebody wasn't happy that I took a movie over a fight. So in the long run, I didn't benefit from it. But if I had to do it all over, I would do it again. It was a great experience.
Let me ask you about fighting just for a moment here, because we've been all around the world here, and I want to focus in. When people watch MMA fighters and they begin with stand up and it's throw, then if somebody shoots, takes them to the ground, then it's interesting to see what happens. Please explain what goes on when you are on the ground, because a lot of people who don't know MMA that much don't understand what you have to do when you are on the ground to protect yourself.
Well, that's a good question, because honestly, 10 years ago in America, if the fight went to the ground, people would boo. They understand. So when you go to the ground, guys, the new MMA fans, when the fight goes to the ground, don't count the guy out that's on his back. The guy on his back still can win the fight out of nowhere if he's good with jiu-jitsu. But the guy on the top, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times you would say that yes, he's in the best position. But that's not always true. But when I was on top, I used to like the ground and pound, baby. I'm trying to knock them out from the top. My thing is, I know how to submit people and stuff like that, but that wasn't my strong suit. But I felt like my brand, my fans, that I just had in my brain that I think they'd rather see the referee pull me off of somebody than me to have somebody tap out, right? So that's me. But you got all these different type of fighters. That's why I love MMA. If you go to the ground, guys, the new fans, don't count the guy out that's on his back, because he can pull off a submission out of nowhere. Depends on how good he is.
Hey, we're going to take another break here, but we want to give you another opportunity to win some tickets to come out and see the UFL 4 at Gila River Casino on Saturday night. We'll take callers 3 and 4 and 5 at 602-260-9191 and win yourself a pair of tickets on Harrison and Rampage. So we appreciate you guys taking care of our listeners, and we'll do that, and then we'll continue talking MMA and UFL next here on Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Another former Sun Devil quarterback lands in the SEC after Jaden Rashada announced his commitment to Georgia football. The Suns take on the Timberwolves tomorrow in their Game 3. Grayson Allen's status for the contest is unknown after re-aggravating his ankle injury in Game 2. Detroit is the center of the NFL universe over the next few days. Round 1 of the draft takes place tonight. The Cardinals hold 11 total picks, including the 4th and 27th overall. The D-backs are off. They'll take on the Mariners in Seattle tomorrow with Zach Gallen on the mound. Merrill Kelly with a shoulder injury will miss at least a month. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for clear skies, temperatures dipping down into the low 60s. And then for your Friday, sunny and breezy with a daytime high only in the low 80s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Need an all-in-one wireless copier and printer or IT help for your business? Call Document Solutions of the Valley, the official copier and IT solutions company for Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Document Solutions is leading the Valley in business solutions for copier and IT service. They'll support your business no matter how big or small. Take advantage of either buying, leasing, or renting many makes and models of copiers. For a free quote, call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
If you haven't tried G2G protein bars, today is the day. Find them in your local Costco's refrigerated section or online at g2gbar.com. Incredible taste and packed with protein. They are perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle. Check them out today.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're ballin' with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Whether you're looking for a bay window awning over a breakfast nook, a shade sail or structure in your home or business, a retractable awning for your patio, or roll curtains for your screen room, the House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has what you need. Beat the heat this summer and get covered by Arizona's #1 rated shade experts. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com. House of Canvas, family owned and making shady deals in the Valley for over 40 years. That's thehouseofcanvas.com.
Beat the heat with a patio misting system from Fogco. Let Fogco design the perfect misting system for your patio, pool, or leisure areas. Stay cool all summer with Fogco patio misters. Get a free quote at fogco.com. That's FOGCO.com. Fogco, serving the Valley for over 35 years.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part, we don't charge per head.
Yeah, I don't like those phone calls.
How many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at Venezias.com. That's Venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
Imagine it's the middle of summer in Phoenix and you're enjoying a beer on the patio or maybe a family dinner outside. Didn't think it was possible? It is with Plum Smart and their #1 outdoor cooling system, which right now you can get 35% off installation. Their advanced high-pressure misting system can cool your outdoor patio space by up to 25 degrees. To get a free quote, call Plum Smart, 480-654-8865, or go to itsjustplumsmart.com because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace.
To actually explode, so you can use that counter. Jackson.
The series at 2 wins apiece. Rampage Jackson.
You're hot.
Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B out here, Twin Peaks in Tempe, as we are talking about UFL 4 United Fight League. It's back. UnitedFightLeague.com for tickets. This Saturday night kicks off Gila River Resort and Casino Wild Horse Pass, and we got Rampage and Harrison Rogers, the CFO. See, what is your title?
I just try to get out of the way.
I see entrepreneur.
Yeah, there we
is
go.
that what it is? Okay.
I try to have a vision, but it's our team that's running with it. So CEO is, I guess, technically what you can say.
All right,
but
well, there goes CEO.
it sounds a little too
That's on the business card.
posh. I don't want to be.
So I want to ask Rampage. We bring on a lot of former athletes, okay, and we like to bring on. We have they come on and they hear sound. They hear like a play-by-play. Do you like hearing a fight that you just heard? Does it take you back to 10, 20 years ago?
Yeah, that was actually pretty good because I'm in there fighting, so I don't hear that part of it. But as long as I don't hear myself speak, I'm good.
So what are you doing? What are you doing now in your life?
Well,
other than obviously being part of F3 and UFL, but what else are you doing?
Yeah, that's like my main priority right now. But that's not an everyday thing. Honestly, Harrison Rogers does all the heavy lifting, and he just uses my pretty face.
I can see that.
But then I do a podcast. It's like an MMA boxing podcast called Jackson Podcast, and then I do a podcast with Harrison Rogers. How you pronounce that one?
It's HDR Experiment. Not very original, right?
yeah.
Joe Rogan, thanks.
Yeah, we do that, and then I still do movies here and there, and I'm training boxing a lot now because I'm a little bit older and my knees is not the same to keep doing all these wrestling and stuff. So I'm training boxing. I want to do at least one boxing match before I retire. Like this, the crazy thing is everybody thinks I retired. But I never retired yet, and I just haven't fought since COVID.
So when you hear Tyson versus Paul,
I'm jealous.
Because the payday or because the fight?
Because the fight. I wanted to get in there with Mike Tyson.
Well, I thought you were going to say Paul.
Why don't you call him out?
Yeah. Paul would never get in there with me.
Okay.
Jake Paul would never. Neither Paul. I already told him I would fight them. They could be tag team partners for all I know.
So you would want to fight a Mike Tyson right now?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good fight. We both older. He's a little bit older than me. I think that'd be a good. I'll do it. I look up to him.
Okay.
I'm one of his biggest fans.
Could you take care of him? Would you think? No doubt, right?
What?
You'd beat his ass.
Oh yeah. Mike Tyson, he'll have to get it because I'm a different animal because boxing and MMA is a bit different. Yeah, he got the experience, and he's a better boxer and stuff than me. But it's just like I think MMA, we just have a different type of we just a little bit more aggressive. I think. Like,
okay.
Boxers they set up their punches and stuff more. MMA guys, every last one of our punches, we aim to knock you out.
All right, then here's my follow-up to that, because a lot of MMA guys have participated in boxing matches. So how difficult is it for an MMA guy who's used to having kicks, used to shooting for the takedown? Now you have to stand, protect yourself, and fire that left jab.
Bro, it's a big disadvantage. I'm not going to lie. As I'm training pure boxing, I've been training boxing for a long time now, but it's for MMA. But now I'm just training pure boxing, and I feel like a newborn duckling or something. I'm tripping all over myself. And the coaches keep talking bad about my footwork and everything and moving out the way. I said, screw this. I'm just going to stand in front of somebody. I ain't going to be moving around. I'm a heavyweight. They get kind of mad and I get frustrated. So I got a lot of respect for boxing. But I'll tell you this, you like a fish out of water. But boxers would be the same way if they came into MMA. No doubt, if any MMA fighter gets in the ring with a boxer, the boxer should win.
But Mike Tyson would be different if you fought him.
Yeah, but me, I'm different. I'm different. I'm different. If I get in the ring with Mike Tyson, he going out. He going to sleep.
So my question is, to get started MMA, be a better wrestler, better jiu-jitsu, what comes first? Or you got to be efficient at both? Because, when you go down, I see these guys that are fairly decent, but when I see guys up, so what, cart before the horse? Or?
Man, you guys got some really good questions. I'm very impressed.
We're intrigued.
I see. So this is the thing. I'll let it answer itself. Most of the MMA champions from throughout the past in history has been wrestling based.
Okay.
So I'm a wrestler, even though I didn't wrestle a whole lot, and I came to wrestling late, and I didn't wrestle a lot in my fights because I love punching. I love throwing these bowls. But look at Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell was like a great striker, one of the most dominant champions, but he was a great wrestler. A lot of people didn't know that. And he used his wrestling where you couldn't take him down, so he forced you to stand with him. So I was a wrestler first, and I like same thing. Wrestlers do better. I would rather be a wrestler learning jiu-jitsu, but this I'm talking 25 years ago.
Right.
25 years ago. But now, if I'm being honest, now that when people are starting, like the new up-and-comers, they're starting to do MMA, they're coming to the sport already knowing 3 different martial arts. And when I came to the sport, I knew wrestling. Then I learned the other 2 things. Then I learned boxing. So now I know 4 martial arts.
3.
So the disciplines are so important from that standpoint for you to learn. I remember it was Tony who got into the cage, and he fought, and the name escapes me who he fought, but Tony thought that he was just going to box him, and the guy gave him a couple of head fakes, shot him, took him right to the mat.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
You're talking about James Toney versus Randy Couture.
Couture, that's it. That's the match. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember that fight because I'm going to be honest with you. Not to talk crap about Dana White of the UFC, but I thought that was a stupid matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you got a guy like James Toney, a boxer that finally got some moxie, that could get in the cage with a real fighter, because MMA is like the closest thing to real fighter, and you put him against a wrestler, somebody that's like Randy Couture. They should have put James Toney against a Kimbo Slice.
Oh, now that would have been fun.
That would have been fun, right? That would have been a good, exciting war.
Oh, man. That would have been fun.
Right?
Yes.
Right? I should be a promoter one day.
You should be.
Oh, thank you.
How did you get the nickname Rampage?
My cousin named me that when I was 8 years old. I used to play the video game, and he said I used to act like the characters on the video game.
Okay. It's that easy. It stuck.
It stuck with me, yeah.
So there's not a lot of people that call you Quentin, do that. It's Rampage. How about like the ladies? Would it be
the
Quentin,
ladies,
or they call you Rampage?
It depends. Some ladies like I married a woman in Japan, and she's always called me Rampage because they can't say R. Rampage. Rampage. Most girls I date, they call me Rampage. But over the years, I started introducing myself as Quentin, but because I got tired of when I introduced myself, or somebody introduced me to a woman, and she was like, "What's your mama name? You? What's your mama name?" But it's the weirdest thing. Some people call me all different things. I never tell people what to call me. Some people call me Ram. Some people call me Paige. Some people call me Q, and some people call me Quentin. It's just.
So as you get older, you get more sophisticated. So Quentin might be becoming more appropriate than Rampage. I mean,
Quentin
you might
Jackson joining us.
Yeah,
today.
moving up the ladder.
All I got from that is that I'm getting older, and I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that. I'm about to see you outside later, buddy. I'm still a kid. Didn't y'all hear? I still play video games.
Yes.
I ain't never growing up.
So you play Mike Tyson knockout?
Yeah, I used to play Mike Tyson punch out. I couldn't get past ball bull. That game was so hard.
Hey, thank you, both you guys, for coming down. Appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck in UFL. I know it's going to kick some you-know-what, and we're excited to be part of it, and we're going to help you along this ride. So I think it's great. And F3 is a great partner of yours, and obviously
And
you guys
hopefully
are
yours.
partners. Yeah, and ours. So we're pretty excited about the partnership and making sure we fill the house. And what's after UFL 4? I mean, obviously
UFL 5.
But come on. Well, I mean,
that's phase 2. That's what we're saying.
so there's some announcements.
There's some big announcements coming.
Okay.
I haven't even told Rampage about it yet.
All right, we're gonna get. So let's do this as we say goodbye. Let's give away another 3 pairs of tickets. 602-260-9191, and you'll be out there on Saturday. If you can't get tickets, winning right now is just go to UnitedFightLeague.com. And you'll be out there, Rampage?
Yeah, I'll be out there.
Do you have your own Sharpie? You sign
Yeah,
it when you're out there?
If you guys win the tickets, come up to me and take a picture and tell me that you won the tickets.
Okay, we'll do that.
So I can be excited to see.
Give you some signed gloves.
Yeah, there you
go.
go.
You get them, yeah. Oh, okay. Y'all heard Harrison? If you won the tickets, come see me. You get some signed gloves.
So as we let you go, give us a Mr. T call out or
shut up, fool.
Can you just say Jimmy B, shut up, fool?
Jimmy B, shut up, sucker. Hey, I didn't use no.
No, that's all right, man. That was directed at me, and I loved it.
All
That's Jimmy B. Good
I
job.
loved it, brother.
Hey, that's Rampage. That's Harrison. Good stuff. We'll take a good job,
I
guys.
didn't say no for fans.
He's on You're good. You're good. You're good. Clear.
This is the Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
For the first time, I actually think it's a real possibility that with the Cowboys after this.
And I'm with you. I really believe that if they fall short, they will move on. They'll just have to do something else.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
202 Santan Freeway, eastbound off-ramp to Val Vista. We have an accident. It's on the off-ramp off right. Also 101 Price Freeway northbound. This is the off-ramp to Chandler Boulevard. Another one that's on the off-ramp off right.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% on your choice of any 3 or more A.O. Smith water heaters because Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details.
The Carlisle, Arizona Women's Golf Classic is here May 6th through the 12th with the biggest purse on tour. The best women golfers on the Epsom Tour will be at TPC Scottsdale's Champions Course, brought to you by the Carlisle Company. Get close-up access to the future of women's golf. May 6th through the 12th at TPC Scottsdale's Champions Course. Go to CarlisleLPGA.com for tickets. CarlisleLPGA.com. Whatever you do, be there.
Is it time for an all-in-one wireless printer with tons of connectivity options? With Document Solutions of the Valley, you can buy, lease, or rent models that work off of your smartphone. Call 623-252-8282. Document Solutions of the Valley. Our service can't be copied.
Kevin Rowe here, not talking about car wrecks today. Instead, I want to talk about this year's Lerner Rowe Gives Back Golf Tournament at McCormick Ranch Golf Course on April 26th. Every year, we put on the biggest, most fun golf tournament with tons of swag and libations on every hole. Last year, we raised over $1.1 million, and 100% of that money went to over 65 Arizona charities. For more information on this year's golf event and everything Lerner Rowe does in the community, go to LernerRoweGivesBack.org.
Gear up for a night of explosive fights as the United Fight League returns with UFL 4, powered by F3 Energy and Wild Horse Packs. Get your tickets now at UnitedFightLeague.com and use the special savings code FOX910. UFL 4 back in Arizona, Saturday, April 27th. Tickets at UnitedFightLeague.com.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits
I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, he did. He was program with a generous company match and a company that is a leader in the industry.
But when I'm talking to winners
on /career,
it's hard for me to hear sometimes.
HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Tempe, located in the Tempe Marketplace. Meant for mornings, The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
Thank Harrison Rogers from F3 and United Fight League, as well as Rampage, for joining us here at Twin Peaks in Tempe. There's a lot of perks for what we do here, being on the radio, and it's a treat to kind of be around a guy like that. We've been around a lot of NFL players, baseball players, but MMA, not necessarily. And a guy that, obviously was a pioneer in the sport, took it to a whole nother level, and just a super good dude, and we had some fun there. And if you missed it, rockandmanuch.com, we'll have it up. We'll have it up on all our social media platforms. Calling out Mike Tyson, and that will go viral. We'll have fun with that.
He's jealous.
That was a lot of fun, Rock. Thanks for setting that up. It's cool when you meet a guy that you think, okay, Mr. T, big head, and that wasn't the case at all. Just down to earth, and and it's funny for those you behind the scenes, kind of pull a curtain. He thought we were doing a podcast at first, so he does one, and you watch Pat McAfee, and it's F-bomb everywhere, and we had to kind of basically
we gave him a flight warning.
He's like, okay, thanks for telling me.
Yeah,
and, which would have made this thing even a really, really fun segment if he could have thrown out a bunch.
It's interesting to hear like the strategy in MMA and how he got to where he's at, and it's if you're a hell of a wrestler, to get an MMA and a boxer, and some of the things about his opinion about the Tony, you talked about the Tony fight years ago, and
James Tony,
and some of the things what he's doing now, and then Harrison Rogers to here's this entrepreneur, this guy that's tying his company and making UFL something a benefactor for the fighters. I mean, to their benefit is you think of medical, dental, pension, maybe all the above, and I think a lot of us felt, well, didn't MMA have their own scenario? And we come to find they really did. So he's like, here he is finally getting on board. But can you imagine Harrison trying to go to that group of guys to sell this to them? Hey, let me tell you why this league is more beneficial to you and in the long run.
Sure, and it's going to take a long time to get to the MMA level. Sure. I don't know if it's a single A, double A, where you would rank it when it comes to the level of athletes, but you're right. I mean, it's the fact that they're doing medical, they're doing life insurance, and they're doing stock options.
Yes.
So they get a stake. So all the fighters are in. That's a great way to do it.
I was going to say, I think one of the biggest things too is they're on Kick Streaming, and Kick Streaming's for free. And unless you want ads, I think it's like $5 a month. We've never seen that before. With UFC, it's always pay per view on TV on ESPN. If it's a free platform, a lot more people are going to watch it.
I loved it when Harrison. So these guys are bought into your point, Rock, stock options. They're part of the company. And I'm like, Harrison, you want to go, we're going to go put you up for the new commission, National Football League. If they get the players. Now the players are somewhat, they get the money, they're getting their percentages that they're getting as part of the NFL grows. But that's a direct partnership that's very rare in any kind of sport.
One of the takeaways that I had is when we talked about his movie career, of course, A-Team and everything else, and he lost money doing the movie, because he couldn't fight for 6 months.
Well, he probably
crazy.
He didn't say how many bouts he lost, but you could tell he probably lost
one
couple. Well, and one
back
big one.
then. They fought every 6 months.
Yeah,
right?
you have to recover.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what I mean. I hate to say this because I know we're talking UFC, but I was a big fan. I would, we would make it. Hey, it's pay-per-view at XYZ bar.
Yeah.
Let's go. It's going to cost cover. We're going to go. Twin Peaks does it all the time too here. And then it got to the point where it was like every month, every 2 weeks, and it's like I missed that build-up, like the old big heavyweight boxing fights that you put on your calendar. Oh, September 5th.
Yeah.
So and so's fighting so and so.
You lost track of who's really the best at each weight, and then versus. Here's the heavyweight, bantamweight, welterweight. Those two guys have been going at it for 3 months. Now they're going to finally meet versus, well, those guys are meeting 4 or 5 times in a month. For me, it just kind of lost that luster.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing, too, and I said, we're a lot of fans. I said, me initially, I said, is when they go down, and Jim, you brought when they start wrestling, it's kind of lose me. Now, I want to see them. I'm more of a stand-up, see the boxing, but I think the last few years, guys grappling, going down, you've seen more activity now.
There is a technical aspect that Rampage discussed when I asked him that question, and you have to understand the sport in order to know what's going on when both fighters are on the mat.
And we didn't really get into this, but he had his own testing ground, proving ground over in Japan with Pride, because I don't know where a lot of young guys would go.
Well, that's where he started.
Leagues.
That's where he started.
Exactly. So for him, it's beneficial. And he's a hero over there in Japan.
Oh, absolutely.
But now, how many guys can go somewhere to learn their craft, develop their brand, and become a hero in a country? Well, there's not many.
Yeah.
I mean, you think of some guys that got over to Japan and done their thing. I mean, you think of several guys that have gone over to whether it be China or Japan, whatever, and developed that and then came back. A lot of guys have gone over to like Japanese baseball. Guys are already done, but they went over there. And
Former NBA players who've played there.
Yeah, there might a couple of guys have gone over there.
Hey, if you are looking for a place, a great place, lots of televisions with the sound, with the NFL draft, Twin Peaks, 5 locations. We're at the Tempe location. Rampage is still here. The F3 guys are here. The place is starting to fill up. It looks like people are trying to get their seat before the first pick at 5 o'clock. But, hey, NFL draft's always a lot of fun, and just to sit back and watch. And the part that I don't like is the social media aspect of the NFL draft now. I know the younger demographic probably loves it, but the fact that I like the anticipation to, all right, the card's in, the commissioner's walking up.
Right.
These days, the pick before the commissioner goes up, because the time delay, and not to mention a couple, social media guys are obviously guys that are in the business. We're trying to get it out first.
It waters down the anticipation.
I think so.
I mean, so-and-so, Minnesota made a trade with the Giants, and you're kind of go, I'd say the one that before that all came about was the Chicago Bears missing out on their pick.
No, that was Minnesota.
Minnesota missed out on their pick. And then you kind of went to it. Wait a second. How does that happen?
I know.
You had 10 minutes. What you find out, they were trying to do some trading, and they lost track of time.
Yeah. No excuse.
No excuse.
Hey, if you missed anything, our interview with Rampage, rockandmanuch.com, iHeartRadio app, make sure you have that. We'll be at Wright Toyota tomorrow.
10.
Appreciate you hanging out. Stu, great job. Jax,